Mhm. Hello, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to Critical Beauty. This is the first live group chat for 2025. And today, um, what else is there to talk about? The biggest subject is the alliance between Miss Universe and this grand international organization. And there's so many things to mention or to discuss about this particular topic. So tonight I have three guests, actually four. One of them is Roger the Pageant Nerd, Noemi Melendez, who is Miss Cuba director, Wilfredo Lopez, our favorite runway coach, and the very last minute, George of the Pageant Empress. We're just waiting for them to enter the chat room. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to write your comments or questions down in the chat box below, and I'd be more than happy to read them back to our public, our viewers. So we're just waiting for our guests to arrive, and I think we have Roger and George. Hey, Roger.
Hi, Rafa.
How are you,
Greetings.
dude?
Yeah, good. Greetings from Sydney.
Well, I see that you returned to Australia safe and sound.
Yes, yes, no issues getting out of the country. Kunan didn't disagree with anything I said. So, yes, that may change after today, but who knows?
So she hasn't blocked you at all.
Not yet. I don't think she knows who I am yet, but that might be a good thing.
It's funny because I mean she doesn't know, but I can still see her Facebook pages. I think
Mm,
it's only in Instagram that she blocked me,
right.
but
Oh,
I can still access Miss Universe,
mm,
other pages affiliated with Miss Universe.
yeah.
So it's really, really weird. So
Mm.
yeah, it's just bizarre. And you know what? And just getting very, very strange every day. I don't know if you noticed. She's just like bizarre, like weird.
She
I mean,
goes
for
through
lack of a better term.
periods. Oh, when she was having a go at what was the princess? What's her name? She was having her moment, and you know, accusing her of like being daddy's girl and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, she has her she has her moments. Good for her.
Yes, I think it's all those hormones thing that she's still taking, you know. And then yeah, and then you wonder, like of course people have all these crazy theories of the reason why Nawat or they allowed Nawat to purchase like I think 30% of the shares in Miss Universe is because basically she needs money. I mean, she's in debt. We all know that she's in debt, okay? And she people are suing her left and right. And actually, I earlier today I messaged Paula Shugart because Paula Shugart, our beloved former president of the Michigan organization, went to Thailand to
Yes.
sue Anne for
Mm,
defamation and slander.
yeah.
And I asked Paula, hi Paula, how are you doing? How is your lawsuit going? And she said everything is going fine, smoothly, the way she planned it. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's going to be very, very fruitful, so to speak.
Well, yeah, I think by the sound of things, she really couldn't allow any of those accusations just to be unanswered, really. I mean, she built up such an incredible legacy and integrity with all the work that she did. And I mean, especially when these supposed accusations of bribery and taking kickbacks and all that sort of stuff. I mean, she absolutely had every right to fight those. It's I think people would really feel that Paula is she's definitely, left with her head held high, as she
Oh,
should.
definitely, for sure. Yeah. So it's going to be I'm really, really actually very excited, of this event, of, what's going to happen eventually in the future now that Nawat is in the picture. But before we continue, let's welcome George, the pageant empress. Hi,
Good
George.
Hi, George.
morning. Hello.
How are
Hello,
you?
pageant nerd. And
How you
also
going?
Rafa.
Good to see you.
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, I think
Now,
this is the first time like me being with the same group chat as you.
yeah, I think
I've watched your
so.
videos. It's very good. I love
Oh,
pageant nerd.
oh,
Yeah, the
thank you.
statistics and the
Likewise.
facts
It's
about the pageant. So big fan.
yeah.
Yes. Actually, George, would you like to fix your phone? Because I see a
I'll
lot of
try.
the ceiling
I'll try.
at the
Okay, just
top.
give me a
So
moment.
you wanna
I'll try. Yeah.
I want to see your beautiful face instead of the
Okay.
ceiling.
One moment. Let me see if I can fix this for you. I
All right,
might
well,
need like a ladder. Hold on. I'm
yeah.
too short.
So
Hold
while
on.
you're doing that, people are watching us. Greeting Patrick. Hi, Rafa. Hello. Good morning from the Philippines. Hi, Patrick. Michael says, Rafa, will you be accredited media partner for Miss Universe Philippines? Will you be in the Philippines? I will not be in the Philippines, but there is Critical Beauty Philippines, okay, an affiliate of Critical Beauty US. So they are accredited, and they're always actually welcome. They're always invited every year. So we have a good Critical Beauty Philippines is a very good relationship with the Miss Universe Philippines organization. Okay.
I was going to ask you, Rafa. Like you are connected. It's not just some coincidence. You actually are.
No,
Yeah.
the man, the guy who runs Critical Beauty Philippines is a good friend of mine, Peter Pay. He's a medical doctor, and
Awesome.
he said, Rafa, can we just start Critical Beauty Philippines because we're so many followers in the Philippines? Sure, go ahead, do it. So I gave him, the
Yep.
reign to run the CB Philippines version, and he's
Oh,
doing a
great.
great job. He's doing a great job. They have more
Yeah.
followers. They have more followers than Critical Beauty USA.
You're not bitter or anything. No.
I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all. I'm not bitter at all. So I'm very, very happy for Peter. So yeah,
Yeah.
Critical Beauty Philippines will cover Miss Universe Philippines.
Mm.
You asked Jonas Gaffud for this when you met him. Well, actually, I did message Jonas like a month ago, and I sort of like give him a hint. If you're looking for a judge for Miss Universe Philippines, please consider me. And he said,
You'll be a
"Oh,
great judge.
well, no, we'll think about it, but I don't think that's gonna happen." So we have Wilfredo, Willie, Noemi, how are you?
Hello.
Ooh, what are you wearing?
Hey, George.
Hello.
What are you wearing? You're almost naked.
It's hot in here.
Is it hot? You're in
Yeah,
South Carolina, right?
yeah, it's cold, so I'm just.
Ooh, look at him. Working
He went
out.
to the
Check out
gym.
those muscles, honey. Check out those muscles. Okay,
No,
so we're just waiting for Noemi to show up. As you know, Noemi, we're all from different time zones. Okay, Roger's in Australia, uh, George is in Thailand, Wilfredo is in South Carolina, I'm in Massachusetts, and Noemi is in Las Vegas. So Las Vegas, Nevada is about 3 hours behind Massachusetts, Boston. And Wilfredo and I share the same time zone on the East Coast, correct?
East
Yeah.
Coast. Yeah.
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 Wonderful. So yeah, so
I
we're all,
don't think I ever done a live with Roger. I think this is our
is this the
No.
first
first.
time you met? Oh,
Same.
Yeah.
okay. Roger,
Yeah,
Nice
Wilfredo,
to meet
Roger.
you.
I
Very nice to be
hey,
part of
Pageant
this.
Empress.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
haven't. I haven't done a chat with you apart from in Mexico for quite a while now. I think. So yes,
Yeah,
good to be back.
it seems like yesterday. Miss Universe seems like yesterday. I remember
Yesterday.
every little detail of my trip to Mexico City. Just rewatching the vlogs that I've uploaded on my channel. It was just so funny. Oh, I never I met that person. I don't even remember because everything just went so fast,
Yeah.
And actually, for the first time, I met Dell from the YouTube channel Be Extra with Dell. She lives in Los Angeles, California. She and I became just really good friends. And then I invited her for tonight. But she said she lives in California. She said, Rafa, your show starts at 9 o'clock EST. I actually get out of work at 6 p.m. Los Angeles time. And I usually between 6 to 7, I drive home and I tell her, well, can't you do Zoom live and drive at the same time? She said,
Hey, I did
That
that
is
once.
dangerous.
and she said, it's going to ruin, it's going to ruin my fabulousness. Like, whatever, girl. Okay. So, but I don't know if you guys have seen her vlogs. She's kind of like me, like in the old in the first days, because I used to be like really very highly critical, judgmental, but now I sort of like tamed a bit myself, where she is in that still in that chapter where she tends to be getting really very nasty and bitchy and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, that's why I love her. Because she reminds me of me
A kindred spirit.
when I was much younger. Yeah, definitely. So hopefully, she can make it. I told, listen, you know what? Group chats usually last like for 3 to 4 hours. If you get home by 7 o'clock, just log in, Zoom, and join us. Okay, it doesn't matter. And you can eat your dinner if you want at the same time. So, yeah. Greetings. Hello from Australia. Nice to see you all. Hello, Pageant Empress. Hello, Pageant Nerd. Our Aussie pride and joy. Looking forward to your commentary. There is too much going on. Yes, a lot of things going on. Yuri said Miss Universe Hotel Edition seems like yesterday. Yes. Yeah, we're going to talk about everybody knows that all the girls spend most of the time, cooped up in the hotel in Mexico City.
Well, there's been multiples of those, unfortunately, the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yoo-hoo
Even in
says
the US.
Najmi, hi. Hi, Najmi. He's from Indonesia. He's a faithful follower.
Hello.
And also Naveed from India. Hi, Naveed. Good morning, Rafa, India. As you know, India is going to host Miss World again. Hello.
Love India.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
Anybody going to India? I can't. No.
I can't.
Yeah, I had plans
I
already.
would love to. I need to save money because there's 2 trips that I want to do, Vietnam and Thailand. So.
Oh yeah, like Miss Universe in Thailand in November.
Yep.
I don't know.
You know what? It's fine. You know what? Okay, fine. I'm actually saving some money, hopefully for Thailand. Okay. Now, after having read or after knowing all these dirt and all these horrible stuff going on within the Miss Universe organization, it makes me wonder, do I still really want to go see Miss Universe in Thailand after all these horrible things happening right now as we speak? Okay. And also, of course, with the alliance between Miss Grand International and Miss Universe, do I really still want to go to Thailand? Should I go to Thailand? I want to go there because
how about this, Rafa? Come to Thailand to see Miss Grand International.
Yeah,
and
that's
maybe
what I
if
was
you like
thinking.
it, then you can watch Miss Universe later. Yeah, in November.
That's true. Wait, because October 25th is the set date for Miss Grand International.
Yes.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And
Correct.
then, actually, before that is Miss International. Miss International this year is going to be in September. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that it's going to take Japan. That's what I'm hearing. All right. Could be Vietnam, because remember, Vietnam won, right? So it's a possibility that they might bring Miss International outside of Japan and bring it to Vietnam this year. So that's going to be in September. October, of course, is Miss Grand, and then November you have Miss Universe. Yes. What else is going on in November? Maybe Miss Earth, but a lot of you don't care about Miss Earth. Miss World, of course, is in May 31st in Hyderabad, India. Okay. And Universal Woman is also going to be in India in May. May 31st to June 9th is Universal Woman, which is going to take place in the state of Rajasthan, I believe, in the northern part of India, whereas Miss World is going to take place in the southern part of India. Okay, so that should be very, very interesting. And what else is happening? So I don't know, if you had a choice between Universal Woman and Miss World, where would you go? If you could only go to one pageant, which would you choose to go? I go to Universal Woman because I've never been to one. I've been to Miss World, but I've never been to Universal Woman. And plus, Rajasthan is a beautiful Indian state. Lots of history, castles, beautiful, and the city of Jaipur, India. I heard a lot of good things about that city. Very beautiful. And
I'll probably go to Miss World though, Rafa, because I've never been to a Miss World competition, so I don't know how it looks like in person. So I'll probably go to the southern India. Yeah. I'm sure it's beautiful, right? I saw some videos about it. It looks stunning. So
Roger, you've been to India?
I've been to India, oh God, about 20 years ago, I went to Calcutta or Kolkata. I've been to Delhi, and I went to Agra for to see the Taj Mahal. But that was with work in another lifetime ago. But no, I'd love to go to because I thought that the Miss World, the most recent Miss World in India, was pretty good. I mean, considering that sometimes the shows can be a little bit ho-hum, I thought that it was actually, the stage was pretty good. They had good performers and everything. So yeah, hopefully they'll even step it up even more.
Right. Well, there were, many Indian fans who did not like the production the last time, because even though it looked amazing on stage, but when you focus on the audience, like on the front row, it's mostly rich Indian people, VIP celebrities, whereas the less privileged Indian fans were sitting way in the back, So I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen this year. I hope they really welcome anybody, despite of their economic background or social class status.
Rafa, based on you remember how much we paid for our Miss Universe tickets last year? It wasn't for the affordable the masses either. It was out of control.
Well, because they're all very greedy.
Yeah,
you want money.
I mean, Conan needs more money for a hormone treatment. Okay, like whatever. Pay her lawyers and whatnot and everything. So we'll see. Yes, Naveed says Rajasthan is a beautiful state. I've seen so many beautiful photos and images of Rajasthan, and I'm a big fan of Indian Bollywood culture. I watch Bollywood movies and videos all the time. And sometimes I fantasize about Aishwwarya Rai, like dancing, doing all these amazing classical Indian dances and stuff, So yeah. So yeah, if I were to go to Miss World, I want to make sure that Aishwwarya Rai is actually attending, okay? And all the other Indian winners of Miss World. I think it would be awesome.
Priyanka Chopra would be amazing.
I want to see Priyanka. I mean, I like Aishwwarya Rai, but I want to see Priyanka doing Desi Girl or something. She's a great performer and everything.
And maybe she could come with the drag queen Priyanka as well.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome. The two Priyankas.
Yeah. What about Priyanka hosting Miss World? I think that would
be amazing.
That would be awesome.
But you would have her husband sing it.
But can they afford her though? That's the problem, because she's a big star.
Yeah.
She's a mega star.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Can they afford her?
What? I think she would be grateful. I mean, we haven't talked in months. She's very busy. But I think she will do. I mean, she seems very, approachable and working things out. And come on, it's the platform that allow her to be who she is today's day. So
exactly. I mean, we all love Priyanka, okay? I really don't care much about Nick Jonas, that guy that she married. I think, for me personally, I think their marriage is like a business. They got married for business purposes, okay? Okay.
I don't know.
It's just like, okay, well, if we marry each other, you help me become a big star in Hollywood, and I'll make sure that you become a big star in Bollywood. Okay, it's like a compromise.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I mean, Bollywood produce around 4,000 to 5,000 movies a year versus Hollywood produce what, 100 or less. So come on. I mean, Hollywood is nothing. So Priyanka has all these amazing actors and actresses and talent from the India industry in Mumbai and all over. They already have a name. They make money. I mean, it's like the talent in Thailand. When I watch the BL stories in Thailand, I can see that through GMM TV, Rakunten Viki, you can see this group of talent that they're always making money, banking. Like, I mean, Hollywood has, I'm going to be real. Hollywood has nothing on the market in Asia. I mean, they're eating alive the industry and talent from United States. Sadly to say, but it's the truth.
Okay. That's a fair assessment. Okay. Fair. Oh, Noemi just messaged me. She said, I'm finishing eating and I will join. All right. Hurry up. But don't choke, okay? We want you alive, okay? Reading again some of the comments. Wilfredo, our good friend, your sister, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Luis, my brother, Rafa. I love you all. Greetings to everybody. Hi, Michelle, darling. How are you? Miss you. Yes, so people are watching us. So, all right. I want to start by sharing some of the updates in Miss Universe, what's going on in Miss Universe as far as contestants go. As you know, actually, no. I want to start. Can we talk about the fact that Miss Nigeria's mother has been arrested in South Africa? Did you guys hear that news? Okay.
Yeah.
Her mother, what's her name? Let me read my notes. Her name is Annabella Rungo, the mother of the controversial Miss Nigeria, Chidimma Adetshina. She was arrested by the South African authorities in Cape Town after they found out that she had falsified her citizenship documentation. Okay. So in other words, they took away her South African identity because apparently she had presented herself as a South African background, when in fact she is of Mozambique background. She was not born in South Africa. She was born in Mozambique. Okay, so that's the reason why she was arrested. So you know what? It brings me to the idea again of immigration, because every country has their own laws as far as immigration and citizenship is concerned. So, but I would wonder if the mother has been living, again, most of her life in South Africa, and she has never really committed any major, horrible, dangerous crime. I would think they would be more lenient in allowing her to stay in South Africa. But why would you want to deport a mother who has been who has been paying her taxes to South African government, for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden she gets arrested just because of this one loophole in this immigration laws in South Africa? I don't know. I don't know much about what's going on in South Africa laws, but apparently that's the case. So they arrested her. So what's going to happen to poor Chidimma, Miss Universe Nigeria?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. She's a victim. I think she's a victim because I feel like a lot of people bullied her just because her mother did that crime. It wasn't her who committed the crime, so I think she's completely innocent in all of this. And I'm really happy that she actually got the opportunity, the second chance to go to Miss Universe. She won the nationals of Miss Universe Nigeria, and she got first runner-up. So I think she's winning in her own personal life. So I don't think it should affect her in any way, shape, or form. If it's her mother, the criminal, it's her mother. It's not her. That's all. Yeah.
And the government's probably using it as an example and making an example of her and taking advantage of this situation to, show that they're being strict on immigration, because immigration is quite a hot topic around the world. And so the government wants to be shown to be, being firm and using this as an example when they possibly wouldn't have if it was just, someone who wasn't in the public eye.
Correct. Yeah.
Exactly. But I just feel bad though for the mother. I also feel bad for Chidimma. And I found out that Chidimma is actually a mother. Remember? Remember during Miss Universe, Olivia Cobo announced, she said that there are 18 mothers competing, in Miss Universe. But at that time, I only had like about 13 or 14 mothers on my list. And then when it was revealed that Chidimma has a young child, but I've never seen a photo of Chidimma with her child. Have you?
No.
Which I thought is really very bizarre. And now they're saying, oh, the reason why they haven't shown him is because they want to protect the child because it's a minor. Well, that I can understand. But when you compare her with all the other mothers who competed in Miss Universe, they're all proudly posted their videos and photos along with their little children and whatnot. But to me, like Chidimma, I don't know. I'm still not convinced that she's actually a mother. But it's just me, okay? I want to see proof. All right.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of bizarre because then at the end of the day, everything that we analyzed before about Miss Universe without having that detail kind of change at the end of the day, because we were like celebrating that the only mom that made it to the top 5 on an international level was Venezuela. and now it's like, oh, okay, hold on now. Two mothers made it to the top 5, and one of them was close to win. Like, I don't know. And the part of the immigration part, hopefully I'm not wrong, but I remember that her winning was kind of full of controversies too, because some people were saying that she wasn't full Nigerian or something like that. And I wonder, is because, I mean, this is just me wondering if this was because maybe some people knew that something was wrong among what is going on, and now it's going out because of the immigration laws and everything that is going on all around the world.
Yes, definitely. But you know what? Let's move on. Let's welcome Miss Noemi.
Sorry, I had to eat. It was 6 o'clock over here, and I had to eat something before I logged in. So,
how's everything?
Everything is good. Hello, Roger. It's been a
long
minute.
time no see. Yeah, it's been quite a few minutes.
Welcome back to pageantry.
I'm making my own. I'm my own comeback queen.
There you go. Living your best life.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Hi, George.
Hello, Noemi. Hope to see you soon. I hope you're coming to Thailand for Miss Grand International. Or Miss Universe.
She's not sure.
Oh, okay.
Universe.
Maybe we'll go to Vietnam together to see Miss Cosmo then.
There you go.
Oh, by the way, you know, Miss Global, can we talk about Miss Global? Because Miss Global is taking place in Cambodia and Thailand, you know, next month in March. And my good friend, Lindsay Becker, who is Miss Global USA, she is basically on everybody's top 5 list or winner list. So I have a very strong feeling that USA will take the crown for Miss Global this year.
Fingers crossed.
Lindsay has been working very, very hard. It took her like what? God, 10 years. Remember, she was 4th runner-up in Miss International 2015.
Yes.
So it took her 10 years to arrive this far to compete in Miss Global. So, and of course, Miss Global has a new owner. George, would you like to fill us in?
Well, I'll say allegedly, so I don't get sued before the announcement. But from what I'm hearing, the resources I have gathered, that the new owner of the Miss Global will be TPN Global, the national director of the previous Miss Universe Thailand, because they also have the Mr. Global at the moment, so they want to get the female Miss Global pageant too. So it'll be interesting. We have a lot of Thai owners now. We have Kun Ann, Nawat, and now Madam Pui. So allegedly, I would say allegedly at the moment, but she has the national pageant.
Yeah, I don't think they've made an official announcement yet.
They haven't.
Because I follow you know, I follow them on Instagram and also on Facebook. When I was actually in Miss Global Facebook page earlier today, and they've been promoting the Cambodia contest, and I think and Lindsay didn't even know about this. I had to tell her, Lindsay, did you know?
Oh, really?
Global is a new owner? Like, really? I didn't know that at all, because everything was going fast. Because the previous owner is this Vietnamese American guy. His name is Van Pham, based in Los Angeles. He started the pageant like for 15 years ago. Do you guys remember that scandal that took place in Miss Global 2019 in Mexico?
Yes.
One of the most awful,
horrible
what happened?
scandals. It was, well, the local organizers apparently had rigged the results of the pageant big time.
Yeah.
Okay. And out of the blue, Czech Republic, you know, was not even in the top 15. All of a sudden, she appeared in the top 15, and they crowned her as the winner. Okay, so that was very odd. And then Miss Colombia, she was so furious. Remember, she grabbed the phone, and then she basically
went off.
She went off in Spanish and blah blah blah. This pageant is a joke. It's rigged. Blah blah blah. I wouldn't recommend anybody to compete here. Blah blah blah. But here we are. Here we are. You know, 2025, and hopefully all that will change for the better. Look who's watching, our good friend Antonio Rivadeneira. Hola,
Antonio.
Hola.
He's saying, I am late. What have I missed? Actually, nothing. You haven't you haven't
29-minute warm-up.
I invited Antonio, but I think he's traveling. He's traveling back to Victoria or Vancouver, British Columbia or something. And every time I invite him, he always travels. Oh, Rafa, I can't make it because I'm traveling. So I sort of like joke and I ask him, how come you're always traveling? Are you a professional escort? And he just he just laugh it off. All right.
He should be so lucky, or we should be so lucky to be doing that.
Exactly right.
They're making tons of money.
You gotta you gotta do what you have to do to survive in this hard days.
This economy.
Yeah, definitely. And
I
also invited actually our good friend Hector to watch. I think he's going to be watching too. So we'll see. All right. So yeah. So Miss Universe Nigeria, her mother was arrested in South Africa because she had falsified her citizenship status, which is very sad. But that's life. We need to move on. Now let's talk about the crowned Miss Universe contestants so far. I look in Wikipedia, there's only about less than 10 who have been crowned so far to represent their countries this year. Angola, Belgium, Brazil, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Suriname, Venezuela. Now, Brazil, I think she's going to be another clapper. I don't know how the Miss Brazil Universe organization chooses their representatives. I mean, I saw her photo, her pictures. I mean, she's like 22. She's a regular young woman, not married, very traditional. But I don't see anything special about the Miss Universe Brazil. I don't. What do you guys think?
Do you think it's the organization? Because Brazil is known for like supermodels, like Giselle, like some like other Victoria's Secret supermodel comes from Brazil. So it is so odd to see an average looking. I mean, she's beautiful, but she's not the most stunning Brazilian woman who has gone to like Miss Universe. So I don't know. Maybe the organization is like not picking the best girls.
Well, there's been rumors in the past that the girl who's crowned Miss Brazil is usually the one who pays the most money. Usually, husband, relatives, father, mother, who knows?
Allegedly.
I mean, that's usually the case. I'm sorry, but I think Brazil is a clapper. However, Miss Universe China is stunning. She's like a very tall, very supermodel type of thing. So she could be a surprise. Venezuela, I'm not feeling Venezuela yet.
I'm not feeling her at all.
Yeah, I'm not feeling her at all. She looks so, what is the word? She looks like a ghost. She has a very pale white skin, and her hairstyle is so
Can I be honest? I like it. Okay, I'm gonna lie. I like her. There's a fact of why I like her. She's the one that the Miss Venezuela last year said was forming an issue about, like, I didn't ask you to speak in English. You can, and then who's the one that wants? The one that speaks English versus the other one that it would not be lazy, I learned the language, could have advanced better, maybe. Because she was like, she had a year to prepare and never learned English. But this one that speaks English, that she was mocking her, ended up winning the title. So I'm super happy about it. And she's single. And I'm sorry, I know there's a lot that I already said it.
Definitely.
But girls, if you want to compete and you are married, just be ready to be first runner up and below. They are not going to crown inclusiveness. It's been proven. Period. So don't waste your time.
All right.
I would also like to defend Miss Venezuela because she's actually one of my favorites. I do love alabaster skin. Like, I love a very glowing fair skin. Except the skin, I also really like that she's very fluent in English. I think she grew up in Australia. Is that true, Roger? I think she grew up in Australia.
I think she had time. Yeah.
So when she went to Miss Tourism World, she spoke really well. So I'm really impressed with the communication skills, and I actually think she'll be in top 5. And it's a very far shot because Miss Universe is in November, but I think she'll be in top. And I really like the way she presents herself. She's really elegant, eloquent, sophisticated. I think she's great. So I don't know why you don't like her.
You know who she reminds me? She was a former Miss Venezuela World. She's the one that did this thing in the Nationals with the sarong, walking. She let it fall. And then she gives. I wonder, and this is another thing. I wonder if she's in the correct pageant just because she gives Miss World kind of energy too, of elegance. So I wonder if maybe for some people, she's not catching the eye yet because maybe she's in the wrong system and she deserves better to go to Miss World because of her presence, her beauty, and her elegance.
But you know what? I remember Amanda Dudamel, when she was crowned,
Oh,
she also
yes.
had a very old-fashioned look about her, and her evolution before she went to Miss
Correct.
Universe was just amazing.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, Stephanie's got the potential there, but her styling at the moment is very old-fashioned. And I think Antonio said in the chat, you know, like a Miss World, as you've said, you know, as well. Like, I think, you know, thankfully she's got a long time to prepare, and you would hope it's just the makeup, the red rouge and everything. It's very, it's not
Venezuela needs to get out of the 90s and the 80s and remember that it's 2025, and they advanced already for all that schematics that they used to have. That was the winning formula. That formula is not working for them. For Amanda, the former Miss Venezuela and finalist in Miss Universe, I like her as Miss Venezuela. I dislike her as Miss Universe. She was so over practiced that she wasn't natural. And that is the problem. Like they looking for somebody. Yeah, she was too practice. And I was like, and we were there. It's not like somebody told us. We were there to see her, and when the cameras were off, yes, they had the group saying Venezuela, but that place was screaming USA from left to right, back and forward. So if Venezuela stopped using the old formula from the 90s, the 80s, and upgrade their formula for what is going on, and the reason why some Asian countries are doing amazing because of it, they need to come with something different and allow the contestants to be themselves. In that way, they can advance or win more. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I think less is more in pageantry nowadays. Like, you know, we want to see a bit more natural beauty. And I just found out that Miss Venezuela, she is Syrian. So I think that would be a great storyline too. You know, because Syrian
background.
Oh, Syrian background. Yeah.
I think that would be really interesting to see in Miss Universe because we don't really see that many Middle Eastern representative anyway. So I think that'll be fun. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna call it now. She's not gonna win Miss Universe. Okay, sorry. Bye. Moving on.
Rafa, you're rude.
Okay, so as far as contestants returning to compete in international pageants, yeah, I agree with Antonio. Ecuador, Nadia Mejia, who was first runner-up last year in Miss Universe Ecuador, I think she will win this year. I think it's time.
I hope so.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care anymore if her Spanish is very limited. You know, who cares? She understands Spanish.
Yeah,
she's learning Spanish.
So true.
And she's very fluent in English. That's all.
Listen,
I care about.
this is a situation that has been brewing within the Latin countries a lot, and they need to get over it. There is no requirement in any contract internationally, whether it's Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss International, Miss Grand International. There is nothing in the contract or the bylaws say that you need to know perfect Spanish to compete when the international pageant is completely run in English.
Correct.
Period. Like just because the girl didn't grow up in the homeland, but grow up in the States, but still has a connection with that homeland, doesn't make her less Ecuadorian, less Puerto Rican, less Venezuelan, less anything. It got nothing to do with it. You know, everybody wants to, you know, these Latin countries, oh, but she doesn't know Spanish and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? It's not a requirement. So I would rather send a girl that speaks perfect English that could knock it out of the park in international competition than depending on a translator to butcher your answer and keep you out of that top 5 or actually winning.
Right.
Correct.
100% agree. Totally agree. Yes.
And at the end of the day, it's not exactly. Madison Berrios from Puerto Rico, she with her whatever Spanish that she has, she went to Miss Universe. She didn't speak Spanish, she speak English, and she was first runner up. At the end of the day, people need to realize this. You need a candidate that speak English. That's the business, international pageant kind of language across the board, except Miss International, and they do kind of both. But when you go on an international pageant, 9.9 out of 10 is in English. You need somebody that communicates in English. I don't see Nawat using interpreters in Miss Grand.
Right. Yes.
So
as long as you're able to communicate yourself or to make your message across clearly, that's all that matters, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's 2025. You know the business. The organizations already are more than aware that the girl that they pick needs to communicate in English, plain and simple.
Exactly. All right. So we all agree that Nadia Mejia is going to win Miss Universe Ecuador, correct?
Right. Hopefully.
I hope so.
Hopefully.
Yes.
I hope
she
so.
does have competition.
Yes, very tough. Well, I don't think what's her face? Who else is the contender? What?
No, there's another girl that
like
is
5
popping
girls.
up.
What about
There's
the
a
former
few
Miss,
girls that are.
the former Miss Earth from Ecuador, Catherine Escudo. Is she competing?
Her.
No, she's gone, right? Okay, so
No. It's another girl. I've never seen her. She's stunning. She's freaking tall. They have I think it's their first trans woman that competed at International Queen for Ecuador and now is competing. And I first of all, I didn't know she was trans until later on. But when I saw her in the castings and I see this, like she was like literally
big,
hold on,
muscular,
she was freaking tall. No, she was freaking tall. She has a great body.
Okay.
And I was like, what? Who is this this woman?
Gorgeous
like
woman.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's dark skin, beautiful hair, great, great smile. And then I read up and I saw I think it's the first trans woman that is competing at Miss Ecuador. I don't know if they will go towards that venue, that lane, but it would not surprise me if she plays top 5.
I know they have a picture of the queens that are competing, and there are only 5 that I saw that I was like, whoa, like it's gonna be competition. And I think she should have won last year. I would have loved to see her last year representing Ecuador with the other moms and kind of like, showcasing.
But she's not a mom
see what
yet.
happens.
She's not a mom
she's
yet.
married, correct?
She's married.
She's married.
She's
I'm sorry.
married. Yeah.
Are we talking about Nadia? We're talking about Nadia, right?
Nadia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's still, young. She's like in her late 20s, 28, 29 maybe.
Yeah, she looks amazing.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Right. Moving on. What about Colombia? Is it true that Maria Alejandra Lopez, who was Miss Grand Colombia 2023, is she coming back to compete in Colombia?
I hope no.
Has that been confirmed? I mean, I don't mind her. I don't mind her taking Colombia again. I mean, she's still gorgeous and stunning.
Can they send other prototype? I feel like they're sending the same prototype for if she wins, it will be another one, the same prototype for the 3rd year in a row. And I know I don't like her, but can we send somebody else? Can we send something different? There's a lot of beautiful Colombian women.
She's gonna be wearing a different hat though for a evening gown.
She's gonna be like my first lady. She's gonna be my first lady. The bigger the hat, the bigger the ego. I don't know.
I think let her do it. Like if she wants to do it, might as well be her last pageant and she can end in a BAM, because I know she has a big Thai fan base in Thailand, and since the pageant is happening in Bangkok, it kind of makes sense for Colombia to send her. And I've met her in person. I know some people don't like her, but she was nice to me. So like, I'm okay with her representing Colombia.
Because you're not competing with her, that's why.
Yeah, I'm not a competitor. Correct.
If you were
competing against her, she was stunning.
Nobody said that she's not beautiful. It's just there's some other stuff that doesn't make. I don't know. She doesn't need to be competing. Send somebody different. They have gorgeous women.
Another
prototype.
Yeah.
All right.
Another look, please.
All right. So the other girl, of course, we all know is Veena Singh competing in. Well, actually, there's no official confirmation yet because she still has to pick the province that she's going to represent in Miss Universe.
She has to win a local pageant.
But look at the way that they're hyping her already on social media. I mean, you know,
But
she's been
she's already
selling.
making money for Nawat, selling
Exactly.
his
Made 2
products and
million
stuff.
Thai baht in 2 days. Rafa, that's a lot of money. 2 million Thai baht. I think I had like 500,000 USD,
No,
if I'm not wrong.
what
I don't know. I
what
need to double check
exactly
the
was she
conversion.
selling? Fish
She was selling a
sauce?
lot of the products from Miss Universe, like Miss Universe products, and you know, like things
Oh, like
like
the
Miss
that.
Grand, Miss
pole.
Grand products, was it?
I thought it was Miss
No,
Grant.
I think it was Miss Grand, and like it's a mix because now they have collaborated together.
Right.
So
Okay.
some
Yeah.
of the products are also from Miss Universe and also Miss Grand. But yeah, like she is doing a really good job, first of all. So if anyone doesn't like Veena, you need to watch her on TikTok. She's selling nonstop. It's only been 2 days, and she has raised so much money. So I think that she'll probably win now. I'm sorry to other contestants, whoever is coming.
She needs to win. The only thing is, I want her to use a different gown to make her look less stressed out.
Yeah. Like
Because the
last time she competed.
last time
I agree with
she
you.
was like
Yeah.
this. She looked tense.
very
I'm
stiff.
like, what is
Yeah.
going on with you? Thank you. That's the word. She looks stiff.
She looked very
But
stiff.
even though I'm not so fan of an inclusiveness in pageantry, and you know that, Rafa, and whoever has been watching us for years now, but she's one of the exceptions that I would not mind to see win and taking the crown from Miss Universe. That woman is gorgeous. She has been paying her dues in Thailand for years, and she deserves to represent Thailand. She will be one of those exceptions. It's like Jennifer Colon from Puerto Rico, that she was that exception that for me, she represents the stronger woman from Puerto Rico that is the mom that have 3 kids, that she can conquer everything. So for me, Veena is that exception that, you know what, I don't like this, but you, in the other hand, you can take the crown. You deserve it. So I hope she wins because she's my pick. So
Well,
far.
what if she doesn't win though?
I think that would be a big mistake.
Big slap.
A very big loss.
Correct.
I think it would
Loss,
crush her, not only emotionally, but mentally, because I think she's like, I feel like this is her last shot. Like, I don't see her coming back after this. So not only for me, like I said, she's paid her dues. She is prepared. The pageant is, I think it's what, August?
Yeah, I think it's in August.
Yeah, August 29th or something.
Okay, so
23rd.
So it's
of August.
if the pageant is in August and Miss International Miss
Universe is in November.
Miss Universe is in November.
2 months.
Then you only have just a small amount of time to prepare.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to risk getting a newbie or somebody that they need to prepare. I think they should go with this card. She's the complete package. For me, she is top 5 automatically.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for
could
sure.
be the winner for next year.
So who is her biggest competitor though, George?
Well, her biggest competitor was Jasmine Kirana, the first runner-up to MUT 2023. But she has revealed that she will not be competing this year, which means it's pretty much slam dunk for Veena to win Miss Universe Thailand.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry to other contestants. I know there's so many other like new girls, fresh face coming, but I think this is her time. She has done her due. She has worked hard, and she has been very loyal to this pageant. This is her 4th time competing. She has never went to Miss Grand. She has never gone to other pageants. She has stick to Miss Universe Thailand. And I think the new ownership also helps her a lot more now, because I feel like the TPN Global did not want to crown Veena. Like, she kept coming back, but they were like, oh, you're a runner-up. You're going to be second runner-up. And she keeps like kind of like not letting her get the crown. But with Nawat as the new owner of Miss Universe Thailand, I think her chances of winning has gone tremendously higher. So I'm pretty sure she'll win. So
I think that she would want to have.
So we all hope
assurance,
that she wins. Yeah.
Oh, I hope. And if she wins, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm Team Veena.
Right.
All right. So we're all gonna call collectively today. Veena Singh will be the new Miss Universe Thailand 2020.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Amen to that.
Done. Let's move on to Australia. Sheridan Mortlock, Miss Earth Air 2022 is applying for Miss Universe Australia this year. She could win. Because she's a very strong candidate. I love Sheridan. I interviewed her, and she was amazing. And she has a celebrity aura about her, that Taylor Swift comparison.
So beautiful.
Is apparent everywhere. Yeah, and she looks even prettier, beautiful now than she was competed before Miss Earth. So I think she has a high chance of winning Miss Universe Australia, but we don't know because usually, according to our good friend Peter Serino, whoever owns, is it Troy Barbagallo? Yeah, Troy Barbagallo.
Pink Tank events.
Yeah, he's not very fond of girls who had competed before in other pageants.
Well, you look at Miss Grand. Elizabeth, Claire Parker.
Claire Parker, yeah.
She only made like the top 15 at Miss Universe Australia.
Yes. So, but you know what? We'll see. If she doesn't win this year, she can always come back because there's no age.
Well, this is the thing. If the owners of Miss Australia for Miss Universe have that battle, why they don't put it in the rules? Why they don't just say, you know what? In order to compete here, you must have complete another pageant system or have a title. That way, this girl doesn't waste money because, I mean, I don't think it's fair. I mean, there are pageants that they have it in their rules. Like Miss International, I don't need to change it, but I think it's like if you win Miss International for 5 years or so, you cannot compete in another pageant in your country. They had that in their rules, and I think Supranational did something recently. Added it also. So why not to be transparent and say, you know what? One of the requirements is that you cannot compete in a different pageant or own a title representing Australia on an international level before. That's it. I think it's stupid. Yeah. I think it's stupid because if you have good candidates that can represent Australia again and put them in the map, go for it. Don't be so ignorant. But
well, Australia really hasn't done very well in the past 10 years. I mean, yes, we had second runner-up in El Salvador, but to be honest, I thought that was a bit of more of a fluke than anything.
You think? I don't think that. Well, what about 2022? Australia made the cut.
Top 16, but like, you think back to the period when, I mean, apart from Jennifer Hawkins, but Australia, Jacinta Campbell, Rachel Finch, we were getting into the top 5. I don't think placing Australia, has had really strong periods, and I don't think getting into the first cut should be considered, good news for Australia. I think that they've got the resources and the legacy to be able to get further up than that. So, yeah.
I still remember Miss Australia Universe. Miss Australia Universe from 1993 when Dayanara won in Mexico. Miss Australia was
Connie Delphos. She was amazing.
Oh, yeah. She was one of the front runners with Brazil to win. I even remember that Australia was in the dance, in the opening number. She was with her blue dress, if I'm not mistaken.
Viva la noche.
Viva la noche. She was front
right in the front.
Center with the blue dress. And when I saw her, I was like, shit, if they're looking for a blonde one, she's the one.
Yes.
She is the one.
I think she received the highest swimsuit points.
She won the swimsuit in prelims and on finals night. Yep.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see Australia, Puerto Rico, Brazil as a top 3.
From 1993 that year?
For that year. Because I love Brazil of that year. She was so sweet. I think if they were looking for somebody like Cinderella story kind of thing, like Dayanara, I would pick Australia, the Australian Barbie, and then the sweetness and elegance from Brazil. So it would be like nobody is equal, because when Dayanara won in the top 3, you have 2 Amazonian beauties. We have Venezuela, that God bless America. I don't know what
Colombia
with that, and then Colombia, that she was elegant, of course, but it was like these 2 are almost the same. Dayanara stand out.
They were canceling each other out with the voting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it would have
so they picked the short girl.
I mean, Dayanara won the people there. I mean, she's still winning the hearts of people.
She won the public's heart.
I'm not saying that she didn't deserve to win, because I'm Puerto Rican, but she deserved to win. but I would have loved to have Brazil and Australia there with her to see how would have been that personalities. It wouldn't be a cup fight, like a neck and neck, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bring back the 1990s production. We missed that.
Oh yeah, that was looking for the elegance. Every country would be able to be themselves. Like every runway, every fashion sense, every man, everything will enhance each country's culture and customs. Wasn't a copycat like today's day.
Yeah, they're all just.
I loved when Aishwwarya Machado like swimsuit performance. Do you guys still remember when she was like doing like like so iconic?
Oh,
I don't think we have seen something like that in a while.
Paparazzi. Yeah.
I love that production of the Vegas.
Yeah, bring back the 1990s. So Nawat, Mr. Nawat, Papa Nawat, if you're watching this show tonight, okay, I know that one of the reasons why you joined the Miss Universe organization is because Anne begged you to help pay for the production. Okay, we all know that. Okay, don't keep it a secret.
Exactly.
It's all about money. Okay, it's all about money. Money makes the world go round.
A fun fact about Nawat, this is not the first time he wanted to purchase the Miss Universe Thailand. Even back in 2018, he wanted to buy the franchise for Thailand. But Paula rejected the offer, so she gave it to TPN Global instead. So this will be technically his second time bidding to be the national director.
But I believe, allegedly, hopefully I'm not wrong on that. The reason why Miss
allegedly,
you don't want to get sued.
Critical Beauty have future plans. Remember, Rafa, I told you we have future plans. We need to be careful. How I say it? I think the reason why the birth of Miss Grand is
I don't know if you guys noticed.
Lucky with Miss Universe, and that's how Miss Grand came into birth.
The center of my banner right there?
Look how it is now. So for me, it's like, let's see.
It's a disclaimer.
It's a disclaimer. I see that.
Oh, it's quite small.
It's very small. When you talk about
you know what?
Read the small print, you barely can read it.
Terms and conditions.
Okay. So a friend of mine actually suggested, Rafa, if you're going to talk about dirt about other people, in your next live chat, I recommend that you put a disclaimer either in the beginning of your show or in your description box, because if it's a fair use disclaimer, basically stating that this chat is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. It's all about opinions, personal opinions, comments. Okay, nothing absolute. So if anybody out there, if Conan, Nawat, tries to sue any of us for our comments and opinions, then we're safe.
You, Rafa. You're the one that is all over ABC. So
because of that.
Oh yes, he was in the national.
Listen,
you are national TV, okay?
Yes.
He's a celebrity now. If I'm going to jail, for defamation of slander, I'm going to take all of you with me, okay?
It's okay. We're gonna have Critical Beauty jail edition
directly from prison.
And we still have all the tea and all the receipts. We will like, it's time for Critical Beauty, everybody. Like,
I don't do well. I do not do well confined. Okay.
Oh my God.
This one here does not do well with that. Okay. So no, sorry.
I need a privacy with all my skincare.
Well, as long as they have a clean toilet, that's all I care about. Okay.
What clean toilet?
What clean toilet is going to be there?
What toilet?
What toilet? Exactly.
Moving on. So I think I'm going to be putting that disclaimer notice, from now on. Every time we go live.
Okay.
All right. Moving to Miss Universe Philippines, we have several women, girls who are returning. And like George and I had a wonderful little chat on his channel the other day where we basically discussed our first impressions of Miss Universe Philippines this year. And 6 of these women actually have competed internationally before. So they're automatically 6 front runners, okay, for Miss Universe Philippines. And I know Noemi doesn't like Ahtisa Manalo, but girl, okay, she's a heavy favorite.
Noemi, we are going to have a huge agreement today now. If you don't like Ahtisa.
I'm sorry, but
I'm with Noemi.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. If that woman's win, first of all, she needs to have some lipo, reduce the fat. I mean, I don't know, remake her again. She is not Miss Universe. If that woman wins, she is not. She's gonna be like, I'm top 21, almost making it, but didn't. It's not Philippines. Philippines is position number 40. She is not Miss Universe.
All right.
I don't know what
I'm sorry.
she's.
I've seen her in person.
Okay.
I'm not in like
let me defend
when I saw her in Vietnam.
George,
I was not
loves
impressed.
I have to defend my Ahtisa, and I'm sure the Ahtisa fans will agree with me on this. Since we have the new ownership of the Miss Universe organization, I feel like it's no longer about being the best speaker or even having the best catwalk, because Denmark clearly did not have either of them. So Ahtisa is not the best or well-spoken person, but she's very marketable, and that's something I'm keeping in mind, that she can sell anything, whether it's like lip balm or like makeup products, anything like that. And the Miss Universe organization with Anne is all about generating profit and money, and Ahtisa can do that. She has a personality, she's really natural, and I don't think she needs to get any cosmetic surgery to fit in the beauty standard.
But you said
like,
that same thing went for Cosmo, and she didn't play.
That evening gowns, man.
Maybe they didn't
her body was bad.
Maybe, I don't know.
No, she does not have a good body.
She doesn't have the body. That dress, that whoever put that dress on her hated her with a passion.
The gown was bad. Yes, I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. She is not Miss Universe. If you tell me that we're talking about Miss Philippines from 28, from when El Salvador went to compete, I forgot her name.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Then I give it to you, because she have a personality, she have a face, and even though it's not about the walk, because we all know Olivia Culpo has one of the worst walk on Miss Universe stage, but she has something that this girl doesn't have.
Brains.
Beauty, and she's not commercial. She doesn't have the beauty. She went to Miss International. That was her gig.
That's where she peaked. First runner-up.
Exactly.
That was her moment. There's other beauty pageants there that represented the Philippines. There's one, I don't know the name, I'm sorry, because I saw the picture, I said, oh, she's gorgeous, she's the one. But let's see how the competition goes. But she is not a Miss Universe. She
not
is
an international beauty.
No.
Michelle Dee, international beauty.
Yes.
Oh, Michelle. Michelle went with the Miss World look, and then I saw the evolution, and I'm like,
she changed her image.
Yes.
Oh, and she is selling.
Her wardrobe was like lit. Like her wardrobe was
impeccable.
Impeccable. Her
perfection.
Evening gown, which I'm not I'm not into black dresses for pageants because of the lighting and the stage and stuff like that. But when that woman came out with that dress,
that was a wow moment.
Wow.
That was a wow moment.
She looked amazing. I will have that year. I will have loved to have Philippines in the top 5. Take Australia or Colombia out, and then the top 3. I don't have a top 3, just have a top 5, and let's see who speak better.
Yeah,
because Philippines deserve to be top 5. Colombia didn't deserve to be top 5. Australia, this is the thing. Australia last year was like, okay, I'm in between. The judge is divided, so I'm able to do this, and that's how she made it to the top 3.
I agree.
Because Puerto Rico, sadly to say, she was
a fluke.
Great.
That's what I just said.
But Puerto Rico, you noticed her nerves when she was talking in English, and I was like,
she froze.
She froze.
Yeah.
Sadly to say.
She lacked
and then that's the reason why Australia went, okay, Puerto Rico is out, then I can go in.
If it wasn't because of that, Puerto Rico would have been top 3.
That top 3 would be amazing to see. Michelle, Philippines, Thailand, and Puerto Rico. And I'm not taking Shanice Palacios' victory because she deserved to win. I say that because she's another one like Michelle. She went from Miss World look, long hair and everything, and she transitioned of what you see right now. Now that's how you compete. That's how you study the system. That's how you know, like, okay, if I want this crown, I need to do something.
Right.
Thailand, Antonia didn't look when she won Miss Supranational. She evolved.
It's the same. It's the same thing with Catriona Gray when she competed in Miss World.
Catriona
evolved.
Transition.
Andrea Mesa, even though they needed to do some adjustments. So when you compete in a pageant system and you're going to transition, you need to show evolution. Puerto Rico, Carla went to Miss Supranational, and when you see Supranational, when she was first runner up, versus you see Miss Universe, there's a complete difference.
One girl that I can think of that did not really truly evolve, but won Miss Universe anyway, was Botswana's Mpule Kwelagobe. She looked the same in Miss World, and when she competed in Miss Universe, looked exactly the same. Okay, but she won Miss Universe. You know, you got lucky. You know, but there are exceptions. So,
George, I completely respect your opinion, but I don't think Ahtisa. I don't think Miss Universe Philippines is going to go for a twice recycled international queen to go to Miss Universe. Like, I completely respect your opinion of her, but I feel like they're going to want someone
fresh
that's going to, you know, knock everyone's socks off.
Okay, so
not a international Cosmo recycle.
Okay, in the end, I just want to say that, like, I feel that the ownership is very unpredictable with the choices, the winners. So because the last year, the Ahtisa Manalo was not exactly a fan favorite or front runner. So we don't really know. We might be discussing about, we might not even be discussing about who wins Miss Universe Philippines because we don't know who Jonas is going to pick. So that's all.
But you know what? I liked the winner for last year. I was happy when she won. She reminds me Wendy Fitzwilliams.
I see it.
She was something different. When I saw that video several times, and I was like, I like her. And Miss Universe was kind of a hit or miss, but she's gorgeous. And
she's good in nationals,
it's just they needed to do more with her. I think when she went with that blue ball gown, that I don't know what happened there. You
the
know,
quinceañera dress.
I was like, what happened? I mean, she's not that tall. That
that blue dress caught a lot of attention.
Oh,
correct.
No, I don't say that didn't catch. It's just I didn't like it for her because when you are petite in frame and in height, less is more. So when she went to Miss Philippines, she looked like a Miss Philippines winner. She looked like a Miss Universe because she knew they put something simple that didn't age her out. If you are petite in frame and you're short, you cannot be wearing dresses that eat you alive, make you disappear. Right. And I think that's
the finals night gown was beautiful, and she should have worn that for prelims.
It's the styling choice. This is that styling.
So, but what do you do though? I mean, in her defense, what do you do if you're instructed not to move? We just post there for a few seconds. What do you do? So she played with that dress, and I think she did very well. That's why they love that dress on her.
Well, but it was a strategy. But the thing about the preliminary dress that was last minute, that wasn't even planned. That was last minute.
But they made an executive decision. You're gonna wear this dress. They're only giving you 3 seconds to pose. This is the dress, not the other dress. This is it, the blue dress. Because that what else can you do with a blue dress?
But this is the problem that a lot of the national directors I feel that are having is that they forget that prelims is actually the competition. It's not finals night.
Exactly.
Right.
So if you're gonna choose 2 dresses, both dresses need to be at the same level if you're gonna change them. If it's not, and depending on what happens in the prelims and the outcome and how people respond to your dress, that's when you make a decision either to change the dress or keep the dress as it is and continue the competition. That's why you have always a backup just in case. That you never know. So I think this is where a lot of the national directors are kind of like falling. They're like, oh, we'll keep the best dress for finals. Why? Prelims is the competition. That's when they're selecting. And honestly, in prelims is when they start picking out who is the top 10, top 5, and who could potentially win.
Top 30.
Like Colombia always wears the same dress.
Exactly.
The same
color, same style,
same shape.
But the same dress prelims and finals night.
Exactly. So, you know, you kind of have to, as a national director, kind of like feel the vibe, feel the stage, the lights, how everything works on stage, because that's another thing. The dress needs to go appropriate to what is on stage, because sometimes it doesn't translate what you see in person than what you see in camera. Sometimes in person looks stunning, but in camera it looks cheap. And it's happened so many times, because I've had people that say, oh my God, that dress was horrible. But I was there and I said, no, in person, it was stunning.
Beautiful. Yeah.
You know, but again, those are things that as a national director, you need to keep in mind when selecting a dress. You have to keep on mind of the lights, the stage, the colors, the background, and then make a final choice. And then once prelims happen and you see the response of the public, how people are responding to your girl with that dress, that's when you make the decision, should we change it or not change it? You know?
Correct.
But I think that is that is the reason why that's one of the things that Noemi, myself and the team always try to do our best is play with lighting when we choose a dress. It's like how it's going to look with certain lighting. I mean, it's not difficult. Just go to a room, play with the lights, to see how that is going to reflect and work on the queen's favor. For instance, this year, Venezuela, on the preliminary competition, her dress was gorgeous. For me, Venezuela's dress in Miss Universe, the orange dress, I think was orange or coral.
It was orange.
That was the best dress of the whole competition. And then she goes out with the wedding dress from her mom, and she looked like she's gonna give her daughter away on marriage.
She should have worn the same dress she wore during the preliminaries.
Exactly.
Yes.
Agree. Absolutely.
Yep.
Exactly.
And that is the thing. And there's other colors. If I see somebody again with a freaking silver or beige, I'm gonna be like, you get minus 100 points, because there's other colors, and that's one of the reasons why I love Puerto Rico's preliminary dress was better than the final.
Let's not even go there.
Let's not even go there, because that was such a major
disaster.
Tactical
disaster.
I have not been able to recover from that.
The color was perfect.
I have not been able to recover, because
the color was perfect for her. It's just that what in the world? I mean, and I don't care. But again, there's where we go again. If the preliminary dress puts you in the finals, that's the one. Don't change it. I mean,
you know, a good example
of
that.
A lot of countries didn't change. I'm sorry. In the past, a lot of directors didn't change dress for that reason.
So I just want to add to that, because since we're talking about Venezuela, Amanda, her evening gown was spectacular, and it was not a typical pageant style or the color, because it's quite rare to have like a, you know, like gradient colors that kind of has like jewel tones to it. So I think Venezuela is capable of creations like that. It's just that sometimes they like to go back to the 90s where they won the Miss Universe. It feels like they're kind of going backwards instead of going forward. So Amanda is a good example of you could wear a unique style of gown, and that could win, or at least be in the top 5, or, you know, high placements. Because I love her styling, Amanda Chidemma, Miss Venezuela. So, and
sometimes you have to come out of your country and find other designers. And because sometimes in your own country, maybe they're just stuck in a certain pattern that they like Colombia. Colombia's the same dress, bustier,
silver,
the color,
you know, like princess cut, bustier, very, you know, cinched waist. It's the same freaking dress, no matter who the designer is. It's like freaking copy. Get out of Colombia.
There's one exception. In 2008, Colombia's gown.
It was
like
that
was the only time.
Very
but that was the fluke. That was a fluke.
That was, yeah, but that was
Oh, I love that dress. I love that gown.
It was pretty flowy.
Because
I
she
love the
knew how to
movement.
sell it.
Yeah.
She knew how to sell it, but the material was ugly. Let's be real.
It looked very cheap.
It was brown caca.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brown caca.
No, that dress,
Okay.
she went to we have a store in United States, what is Goodwill. She went to Goodwill and got the dress, and
No.
I mean the dress is ugly, but she made it work.
Yes, exactly.
She created the trend with the twirl.
The standard,
she wore the dress.
bustier, you know, but that's why I
Colombia
like to work with
the
different
same dress. Go ahead, Noemi.
That's why I like to work with different designers, because I'm a person that I like to think out of the box. So when I see talented designers, and you know, I've worked with Latino designers, I've worked with designers from PR. I feel like in PR, the problem in PR is that they kill it for nationals, but they literally mess it up for international. Like, it's like every freaking year is the same goddamn thing. And I am so sick and tired, because Puerto Rico is a powerhouse. We know better. We've dressed so many girls. We've had girls with iconic dresses in the years. And then suddenly, I don't know what the hell is going on, what they're smoking, what they're drinking, what drugs they're on, because they just mess it up at the last minute. Let's not go into, you know, they screwed over Jenny, you know, even though they said, oh, but she was part of the design of the dress. I don't freaking care if the dress is but ugly. You ain't putting it on. I don't care who built it. I don't care who made it. I don't care if you made it with your abuelita. I don't care. You're not wearing that damn thing. It's ugly.
At the end of the day, you can make the dress, but I mean, Puerto Rico has a problem. It's called elliptica. They need to fire those people, because for the 2 times that they use elliptica dresses, always something happens. Estefania used elliptica, the green beautiful dress, broke. So she ended up with another dress that me personally, I prefer that dress on the final as well. And then Jennifer, for some people that is talking about when you update dresses, doesn't matter the decade, Jennifer in her changes, she was able to incorporate certain dresses from several Miss Universe from Puerto Rico into her wardrobe, like the dress that Dayanara used on the welcome in Puerto Rico. She had her own version for interview, so she was kind of putting certain dresses just to give an homage of Puerto Rican queens. So if you wanted to do a dress like that, I can guarantee you that a designer would have done that dress in a much better way than elliptica, because then with no break, and honestly, I would say just use the one for the preliminary. Will look amazing. It looks gorgeous. Don't put the other one. So at the end of the day, is like I always say, you need to get out of the comfort zone. You have talent in Puerto Rico or any country, but if the talent that you have is not giving you international vibe, move on and go to a designer or designers that's going to give you what you want. On nationals, they look amazing. Go to Miss Universe and they effed it up.
I think Puerto Rican contestants would probably fare well internationally if they wore a Sherry Hill gown. Compared to
I think they should wear like Vietnamese designers. You know, there's so many talented designers in Vietnam.
No. That's the fault of the national director of Puerto Rico.
Yes.
What is she thinking?
It
What
is.
she thinking?
Hell no.
It is.
Hell no. Kiara Liz used a Sherry Hill just because she was promised to go to New York Fashion Week, but her dress was red, was better than the one that she used in Miss Universe.
Yeah. She needs the national director needs to invest more money in in dressing Miss Puerto Rico.
Okay? But they have the funds, they have the money coming in, I mean, it's not like Cuba that we don't have the money, but we make it work. None of my girls look like crap on stage.
Yeah, or at least find a good, you know, a foreign designer who would be willing to sponsor the girl.
Like someone from Vietnam or like Thailand. There's so many.
Thailand, Philippines, or India.
There's always options. The world is your oyster, so stop relying on the local designers.
Moving on. All right, enough of Puerto Rico. Let's move on. All right.
Don't be jealous because we have more crowns.
Can we talk? Yeah, I know. Puerto Rico, for a small island,
they have a lot of Miss Universe.
Very talented, beautiful young women for a small country, which is great. Now
we're the only country that have all the internet, all the crowns. From
I know, right?
The big six.
Nobody can beat. We are the OGs.
You have everything. You have all the crowns. My God.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Can we talk about Miss Grand International news? What happened to Rachel Gupta? Where the hell is she?
So because she has an Indian passport. Okay, let me say what happened. I don't know if Indian passport is like higher up in the ranking. Maybe because of her passport, she is now prepared to get visas. She's applying for visas to travel abroad because apparently it's not easier to travel compared to like Singapore passport, which you can just travel. You can get e-visa and can travel, but apparently the Indian visa, passport, you need to pre-apply, and it takes several days to get approved. So that is the reason she's still in India. Yeah, that's the main reason. But she is getting invited to other countries to travel and attend the national pageants. So yeah, I don't know why people are saying like, why is she not traveling? I think it's, you know, the documentation takes a while depending on your passport.
Yeah, but what is she doing while she's in India though? I mean, India.
She went to the what was it? What one movie?
Bollywood
red carpet. Yeah, big.
There are no
Bollywood
updates.
event.
There are no updates on the Miss Grand page on social media. Nothing.
There isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, who handles the Miss Grand Instagram page? Nothing is happening.
I saw a picture of her. She looked amazing. Like her body,
stunning.
Looked like transformed.
Oh.
Like,
is that what you were doing before?
Me? No, I did not. I was.
I saw. What
were you doing?
I was practicing my exercises. You know,
got it. Yeah.
Chest.
Because the pec flies.
My chest needs to continue growing. That way I can hold people stronger.
Naturally growing.
Exactly. I didn't say nothing.
Do you think it's because Nawat got rid of the Indian franchise and maybe he's punishing her for the lack of support that
I don't think they have a sponsor in Korea.
I love that theory, Roger.
Yeah. Well, you know, he was basically saying that you know, Nikhil was not focusing on Miss Grand enough, and he was focusing on Miss Universe. But then, how ironic that look at what Papa Nawat's done.
But he has, I mean, no, that's not the reason. It's just that the documentation is taking a while to get processed. Fly out to different countries. Probably within like the next month or so, she will start flying. Yeah.
Okay, so once she gets her visa approved, once she gets her visa,
it's visa
correct?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Her visa with her friends.
With her mother. Yes, tagging along. Okay. All right. Of course, the biggest news this week is the merging of Miss Grand International and Miss Organization. As you all know, if you haven't heard yet, if you're new to this, if you haven't heard yet, the new owner of Miss Universe Thailand is Nawat, who is the CEO of MGI.
Yep.
Okay. They had a press conference a few days ago, and both Nawat and Anne on the same stage, hugging, kissing each other, licking each other's faces and butt, whatever, you know, and saying all these lovely, wonderful things. I miss you, darling. Where have you been? All this fake affection on stage, like whatever, bitches. All right. So anyway, so that's what happened. So they're now people are assuming, oh my God, like what's going to happen to the future of Miss Grand International and Miss Universe? Oh my God, what is Nawat going to eventually take over Miss Universe? Because I think somebody sent me a message, like how many shares does Nawat own? I think 30% share he owns of Miss Universe, whereas Raul owns, I think Raul and I are still like even, but Nawat owns 30% of the shares. So it's possible.
Miss Universe organization, not
Miss Universe or Miss Universe Thailand?
Miss Universe organization. That's what I heard. I may be wrong. I may be wrong.
No, he only has the franchise. He doesn't have the international.
All right. So he doesn't.
Okay.
So that was a fake news then. All right. So anyway, so now he's
allegedly. People remember everything that is talked here is alleged.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Entertainment purposes only. For entertainment purposes only. Disclaimer. Okay. So do not take everything what we say here, 100% true, absolute. We're just commenting. We're just giving our opinions, our personal stuff and everything. So you people out there, you cannot sue us. Okay. Especially me as an American, I enjoy my right.
Alternative facts.
So that is the biggest thing happening in pageantry. So people wonder, okay, well, will Nawat have any creative influence over the production of Miss Universe this year?
Hopefully.
Yes.
Is it going to shoulder the cost?
High chances. Yeah.
The production of Miss Universe? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Me too. I totally agree.
I believe
Most
that
likely, yes.
this merge is something is coming in, and I would not be surprised that Nawat will end up on a higher position in Miss Universe, or having two babies under his wing. One to choose the superstar, and one to choose the philanthropy queen. So he will be able to have the best of both worlds. So he will be able to compete against Miss Cosmo and Miss World. So
yes,
I think you said it perfectly.
I think it's Miss Universe and then Grand, he will be able to have the superstar showgirl queen through Grand, and the philanthropy platform and whatever through Miss Universe. So she will be able to compete against Cosmos and Miss World. So he can be unstoppable as a businessman.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the way that I see it.
Yeah. Because at the moment, like when you look at the contestants, I don't know about the other countries, but in Thailand, the Miss Grand Thailand contestants, almost like 50% of them are influencers. They're not exactly like beauty queens. They're about like below 5'7", so they're like below the like international standard. So, but they have like millions of followers. It feels more like it's influencer, like TikTok challenge. So what he said, I think makes sense, that Miss Grand is looking more for like an influencer, like superstar, like Anka, right? Like she's not exactly the tallest, but she has a talent. She can sing, she can make tons of money, she can sold out in concerts. I think that's what Miss Grand International is gearing towards. Meanwhile, Miss Universe is still looking for a beauty queen. So what he said, I completely agree with you on that. Yeah. So I think that makes sense though. It's good for business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, both companies, focus on business anyway. I mean, you cannot, you have to keep the money rolling, because otherwise you won't survive. But I think what's unusual about Nawat's demands, if you want to call them demand, is that it's become very strict as far as accepting girls. He will not accept girls who had competed before.
Recycled.
Like Miss Cosmo, Miss Global, of course, because those are major competitors. And I really think he's very jealous of Miss Cosmo's success, don't you think? That's the feeling I'm getting.
We're dealing with a lot of egos with these pageants lately, and it's really tiring, honestly, as a national director. I just want them to focus on their organization and their production, and stop competing with other pageants. I don't think back in the day we ever saw that ever going on. And we never had beef. Nobody had beef. Nobody was talking negative about anybody. Nobody cared. Everybody was focused on their own projects. And that's how it should be. But now with all these egos, it's very tiring, and it's not a good look for your organization, period. I mean, it really says a lot about you as a mature person handling a pageant. It's like, this is business, and just focus on your production and stop paying attention because what's his face decided to make a pageant. You know how many pageants there are out there? I mean, it shouldn't matter where the girl comes from. If the girl wants to compete, she should be allowed to compete. If she competed in another pageant, how many times, and even in Miss USA, how many times girls compete in different states until they arrive to finals? It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. When the whole thing of Nawat and Anne came, and everybody was like, oh my God, having like major heart attacks, and Yeah, of course. Nobody saw this coming. Obviously, you know, there was no hint, there was no rumors, there was nothing going on. Like there was no way that we were going to see this happen, but it happened. And so I don't think they should start thinking about, oh, who could we destroy or who could we be bigger so we could, you know, it's so dumb. Like concentrate, like it's so stupid for me. Like it's really for us national directors is really it's really exhausting. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It puts us in a really bad position as national directors as well, because the girls see that and they're like, do I really want to be involved with this? You know, with this drama?
Yeah.
Think about it.
And
It
you're
does
forced,
affect
and
our business.
in a way, it's sort of like, you know, forced to choose between camps. No, you should be in my camp. No, you
Yes.
should be in my camp. No, you should be in my camp. You know, in the olden days when Miss Universe and Miss World were the only two major pageants, there was no like major like rivalry, at least
No.
at least in an obvious way, you know, before. But now you have Miss Grand, you know, dissing Miss Cosmo. I've never seen the CEO of Miss Cosmo, Henry, saying bad about Miss Grand or other pageants. You know,
No.
it's always Nawat saying all these bad things or attacking the other pageant systems. You know, is it going to stop soon? No, it's not going to stop, because that's part of his personality.
I think this might change depending on like who has the franchise, right? Because previously Nawat did not want a girl who joined Miss Universe Thailand, and now that he has the franchise, he's allowing girls from Miss Grand to join Miss Universe Thailand. So I think it's not that he has a problem with international pageant. I think he has the issue with the national directors of Miss Global and Miss Cosmo Thailand, if that makes sense.
You mean the owners of the pageant, not the national directors?
No. He has problem with the Thai national directors, not international pageant.
So not crossovers from like in other countries. Like would he?
Yeah.
Is he okay with other countries having crossovers?
Yeah, he's okay with other countries. It's just that he doesn't want the Thai local pageant system.
Oh, okay.
So he doesn't want to go compete at Miss TPN Global pageant.
Oh, okay.
But he's okay with the other countries. Like he doesn't really care about like let's say for Miss Puerto Rico, she can join Miss Cosmo and come to Miss Grand.
Okay, she's just local.
But I believe that. I'm sorry, but I believe like Nawat is not the only person. Maybe some international directors or members are not that vocal, or some of them are. But this is my opinion. If you as a owner or director of an international brand, you need to be very intelligent. And if you are that insecure of your brand, just to replace people or keep people out or pull rules that doesn't allow national directors or countries to have more than one license or things like that, then that is a huge problem. Because at the end of the day, like you said, Rafa, there's a lot of international pageants that are making the big top 5 or even big 6 at this point. And you need to be open and clever, because pageantry today's day is surviving. And I would be very honest, maybe some people will not agree with me, but I've been saying it. Pageantry is surviving because of Asia. Before,
because the money's in Asia.
Exactly. Before, Latinos and some Asian countries were able to kind of push pageantry and things like that. But pageantry, money-wise, is surviving because the money is in Asia, because of the sponsors, because they know it's a beauty pageant, so we need to use the beauty industry. We need to use a spokesperson, not somebody that went to Harvard and have 4-point GPA. No, they need a good communicator that is able to develop to speak a message that doesn't matter your educational level, that person can understand and relate. That is the reason they're looking for somebody that is beautiful, good communicator, and that is relatable. And that is the reason some winners,
like Cardi B,
you know. So I'm sorry. Allegedly, she do that too. I'm sorry. But you know, it's like this is a business. This is a business, and we've been saying it for years in Critical Beauty. The money is in Asia, and that is the reason you see a development. And Thailand is one of the perfect examples. Again, I always bring that up because I'm amazed with the TV series industry. I don't live in Thailand like George, but when I see TV shows, you can see a series that is like 13 episodes, boom, there's another one, and you see a repeat of actors, and you see the sponsors. It's because they know how to move the cash. The money is in Asia, so you need to be appealing to that market. Beautiful skin, a nice communicator, relatable personality, because they need to be able to catch the attention through the social media, that short-term spam that we all have today's day.
Which brings us again to the sad reality that a Black girl will never win in Asia. Because she's not marketable.
It's true.
All these things he just said that literally describes Ahtisa Manalo, which I know you guys really didn't like.
I knew that you will jump in on my wagon on that one.
Yeah,
you're not gonna have a lot of problems when we meet in person.
It sounds like you just described Ahtisa because she has like the very clear skin, glowing skin, and she fits the beauty standards of Asia, but you could make a lot of money. So it sounds like you just described her.
George, I said beautiful face. Let me just leave it there.
Yeah. She's beautiful. I found extremely beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, she's okay.
She's okay.
I just want to ask about, I guess, the loyalty that Anne is clearly showing that she does not have. You look at Putri Indonesia, you look at TPN, you know, she basically just sells franchises to the highest bidder.
It's all about the highest
even though
and all the pageants are doing it.
All the pageants
are doing it.
No, not Miss International, according to Stephen Diaz.
They are.
Yes, they are.
Are you sure about that? Because he posted, remember, after this alliance between NGI and Miss Universe, he said that he's been receiving a lot of inquiries from national directors.
He's been saying that for the past 2 years, Rafa. He's been saying that for the past 2 years.
Okay. Okay. Like Cardi B would say, okay.
Okay. Yeah, he is doing the same thing. International is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And Grand is doing the same thing.
Yeah, they're doing
it. Doesn't matter how long you've been with the organization. If somebody comes around and offers, you know, God knows what, they'll give it to them. Regardless whether they know them or not. That's another thing that really irks me is like, if you're going to give it to another organization, have you made your research? Do you know this organization? Who is these people?
Exactly.
And they don't.
Miss Universe Indonesia.
Know them. They just give the franchise, and then then afterwards is what? Oh yeah, I should have, you know, I should have done my research.
For pageant that like puts so much like, you know, upliftment on like, oh, we have to be like pure, or we have so much integrity and like privilege and all these like luxury things and, you know, like beautiful things. I'm kind of find it ironic that a person like Stefan, right? Stefan runs a social media page for Miss International because Steven, sorry, but he doesn't have any of that. He doesn't even have good morals because he's always on like bashing Miss Universe or Miss Grand by his tweets. Do you guys follow him? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, not only that, but
how are you running Miss International?
He's been very vocal.
Cannot even do bitchy things.
He's also been very vocal about showing his love for Venezuelan beauties. It
doesn't make any sense. Why is he running a social media page for like Miss International? He should get fired.
Because he's the only employee that is running Miss International. Nobody else is running it, only him.
It looks like it. They're running out of time.
It's not look like it. It is. I was there. I know. He's the only one. He's doing all the social media. He's doing the license. He's doing the directing. He's doing the choreography.
It's a one-man show.
He's doing it all. He you know.
So he's saving a lot of money though for the organization by doing that.
But not really, because again, this is what in the meeting he presented Miss Universe, Miss International as.
Hi, Stephen.
It's not a beauty pageant. This is an event. It's a social event, right?
It's your Cuban director who's talking right now. Hi.
So it's a social event. So it's not a beauty pageant, right? So that's
very different.
how they sell it.
Yeah.
They don't have big sponsors or none of
We
that.
can tell.
Yeah. The major funding comes from the spa that they own and the university. That's where all the money is coming from. So this is an event that they do every year, and it's the pageant, and that's it, basically. So before, there was Iwata and some other people that did organize the pageant before Stephen ever came in. But now those people have left, no longer there. So Stephen does it all. He was there doing everything. And so he brings the day of the pageant, he brings his friends. Like, he has a friend here that lives here in Utah that is Filipino, that works with Missology, that he does like the lives for Missology and all that stuff.
I noticed. Yeah, he's bald too,
Yeah.
right? I think he's bald too. Yeah.
Wow.
He does that. And then the rest of the staff, like the chaperones, are local. They're Japanese people, ladies that are locals. But then the rest of the staff are like ex-contestants from Miss International Japan that are working with, being volunteers and working with the production. So it's not like they have a full-on team.
Right.
Or a production team, because it's not a pageant, it's a cultural event. So
makes sense. Looking at the national costume,
why the production is boring every year.
And that is the reason why the production is being
hasn't changed.
No, it's like
now. It's not 5 hours.
It's not before. Before Miss International was Miss International, and when they celebrated Miss International outside Japan, the event was amazing.
Yes.
I feel, and this is my opinion, I don't know him from Eden. It's just when you see his live and people bombard him with questions, the way that he answered, as a pageant representative, I feel that you need to have a certain type of decorum and a way to speak and talk to people, and he doesn't have that. And that is not good for a brand that represents. Thank you, George, for that one, because that's what I was looking for, professionalism, because you are representing a brand that is all about family values and respect, and you are not doing that. You are harming the brand again. Miss International has a lot of potentials. What is saving Miss International today's day is the longevity of the pageant, nothing else. But as of right now, I believe the only pageant with the most longevity, internationally speaking, that's still faithful to their license holders as of right now, I think it's Miss World. It's the only one that is faithful. For them to switch a director needs to have something needs to happen. So and that is the reason. Doesn't matter if it takes 2 years. Miss World's still banking money. Like and I want to say allegedly because I don't have the information in front of me, but I think the net for the current Miss World was like 2 million. Because this is something that you see in Miss World. I don't think they ever have an ugly queen. That's always beautiful.
I don't know about that. No.
I mean, among all of them, maybe 10 out of the 70 something.
2019 queen from Jamaica? Nah.
She was beautiful. No, I'm sorry, Rafa. She was beautiful.
To you, but not to me.
But Rafa, she can sing. Did you forget? She can sing.
She can sing.
She can sing with
and what's your point?
My point is that she was American Idol or something. I don't know. So, but the point is that Miss World has something that other pageants can learn. I mean, doesn't matter how long it takes for them to do the new pageant. The queen is still banking, and they just look stunning. The current queen, as of right now,
she's amazing.
The most gorgeous queen that we have as of right now from all of the pageants to this day.
Yeah, and you look at like chance
say
you want blonde hair, blue eye Miss Universe, but Miss Czech Republic is
she is
10 times more glamorous than
beautiful.
Denmark.
And her
that
personality.
And she
exactly.
is so
she's got something to
elegant.
say as well. Yeah.
So that is the reason why I said that, I said it before, in order to be successful, you need to be faithful and thankful and loyal to the people. And I'm going to say this, that is the reason why, and I'm putting Noemi aside because I know her for decades now, but that is one thing that I learned from Rafa. I seen you being loyal to your friends within your critical beauty channel, and that is the reason you continue being relevant and successful, because you've always been faithful to the people that are being nice and faithful to your brand. And that's something that people need to start learning. In order to continue growing, you need to keep with you the ones that help you to grow, because at the moment that you start looking at the money and not at the loyalty, that's when your business fails. And that is the reason Miss Grant was shaking for a moment, and they have a good winner. And then that is the reason why Miss Universe is going down the hill, because faithfulness between the kingdom was broken already, the loyalty. So what we have left, Miss World, and hopefully Miss Cosmos doesn't go on that wagon. I hope Miss Cosmos continued with the wagon that they started. So they would be a pageant to beat.
Yeah, Miss Cosmo will be there for a while. But did you hear about like Miss Cosmo all of a sudden raised the franchise fee? Like what? What's the minimum? $5,000 for a small country? Miss Cosmo, like on its second year, they're raising the franchise fee that high. That's what I heard. $5,000 is the cheapest franchise fee for now. That's what I heard.
Is that a lot for a new pageant?
People are saying a lot of things. People are saying a lot of things.
Well, you need to figure it out. It is like for a 1 year or 2 years.
Yeah, contract. Like how many years?
Oh, I don't know. Every year, maybe. Well, how much money did Nawat pay for to get the Miss Universe Thailand franchise?
He paid 118 million. That is 5.3 million USD.
Okay.
5 million
for 5 years.
5 years contract.
Yeah,
so 1 million per year.
Which is still very high. Which I still
that's very high.
Yeah, $1 million USD per year.
But he'll make it. He'll
make it because
he'll get the money back.
77.
He's good at business.
Now, what is a businessman? And that is the reason
he knows how to
TTN needs him. They need to pay her. If they do what we say here, then they will be able to make it happen, because again, the money is in Asia. Doesn't matter how much money the Mexican guy has, Noemi's future husband.
Not anymore.
Allegedly, Noemi.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I don't know. Things can change. Things can change.
Reading some of the comments. Hi, everyone. Hi, Rafa. How are you? Bonjour, everybody. She will. What? Scammer says, how about the delegates now? Miss Universe Philippines. Yeah, we already mentioned that. You missed us. Moving on. Stephen, Miss USA should let the ladies compete more than once at nationals. I agree, Stephen.
Great idea.
I agree. Totally agree. Because there's so many wasted, beautiful.
I'm gonna. Since I had the blessing to work in the U.S. organization through South Carolina and other states, thanks to Noemi. And thanks to that, we were able to spend 3 days with Paula Shugart. The reason why, nationally speaking, they cannot allow repeat is because they celebrate state competitions. It's not like other countries that they have the regions and they can jump in around. But in USA, you can compete statewide multiple times from jumping around. But when you hit national level, that's it. Just because you have the opportunity. In the USA system, of course, it's not like other countries. In here, it's not like the Latin countries that when you pay a certain amount of money to the national organization, you get a lot of stuff. In USA, you pay a small fee to compete, but you need to be paying fees to hire your own coach for whatever. So you ended up paying more. So it's completely different, because I was thinking about that, but once I started working with different directors or delegates, I was able to see exactly why they cannot do it. If they do USA system and America systems, they don't do that. anymore. I think Miss America at some point we were able to see some repeats in the 80s or 90s. I'm not sure. USA cannot do that. The only USA pageants that can do repeats, nationally speaking, are the ones that doesn't have a state competition. Yeah, they don't have a state competition for each state. As long as it's like that, they can go multiple times. But when you have USA or America, as of right now, that is the reason why they cannot allow contestants to go more than once nationally.
Unless the directors of Miss USA and Miss America changes that format and they start applying each contestant.
Right.
You know, so
at this point, they just need to kick out the USA director, because as of right now, there's states that they have no directors anymore because they left. There are competitions that have, I mean, South Carolina used to have already everything lined up. And after last year, we don't know in South Carolina who's the director, number one. And there's states like that. So we don't even know what's happening with Miss USA organization. After Miss USA came back.
Is it true that she's getting replaced? Yeah, Rafa, you need to tell us, because you're friends with Layla Ruiz. Is it true she's getting replaced with a different director? Because I'm seeing posts, especially by Road to Miss USA, and he usually posts verified information.
I don't know.
Are we getting a new director for Miss USA?
I don't know anything.
Yes, you do.
That's a yes.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Tell us.
Allegedly, can I say something? Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay.
Exactly. Allegedly.
Okay. Well, I've been getting all this information from some people who work closely with the Miss Universe organization. Okay. And they've been telling me all these things. And you know, again, like what my disclaimer says, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Okay. This is a matter of personal opinion and comments and whatnot. So from what I've heard is that Layla has vanished, that she has not been returning calls to the Miss Universe organization. The state directors are very confused at this moment. They don't have any, they're not receiving any guidance or direction from Layla. Some have left voluntarily because they couldn't stand anymore all these suspense and all these questions not being answered and whatnot. So now rumor has it that Raul, who is currently the president of Miss Universe organization, is sort of like unofficially taking over the Miss USA program. And this is one of the reasons why they opened a New York City headquarters. Is basically to
like the good old days,
to be in charge. Yeah, exactly. To be in charge of combined Miss USA, Miss Universe, Miss Teen USA programs, and also the new office in New York City. I've never been there, although it's in New York, the New York Fashion Week. I didn't have any chance to visit the building. It's also a mixture of talent, modeling, whatever, commercial, selling skincare products and all that shit. So yeah, so that's the enterprise. Okay, so that's what I'm hearing. All right, so not only that, but Layla is basically gone. I actually texted her like a few days ago, and I asked her, you know, have you decided the new dates for your Miss USA and Miss Teen USA pageants? But she never responded. She never replied. But now it makes sense. You know,
well, allegedly, with information that I gathered from designers and other people that work close by Miss USA, allegedly, people, thank you.
Disclaimer.
Exactly. That's my new word from now on, Rafa. Hashtag allegedly, critical beauty. There's a lot of changes on directorship, and I think that is the reason I'm not surprised with the unity or marriage of Titian and Uncle and Papi Nawat. It's just there's a lot of changes that are going to happen on international licenses that are going to be shocking. And I'm just waiting with my cup of Harry Potter here, waiting for that to become official. I think they're not happy with the way that certain directors are running the pageant. They know what they want, and they're doing some cleaning. And when it comes to USA, it's sad to know that a lot of directors left even before this last Miss USA. A lot of people started literally resigning their
franchise
jobs as state directors, and they were closing their chapter by the last Miss USA. So that was nothing new. Everything started with the last edition, continuing with this edition. Miss USA is doing nothing. Miss Teen USA is doing nothing. Some of the
Miss Teen USA is
sponsors-
Miss Teen USA is very active.
I know, but when I'm talking about is that it's not doing nothing like before. She doesn't have that support. We're not seeing too much like before. And some of the sponsors are noticing that before they were in the pages, not anymore, allegedly. And after Miss Universe specifically, a lot of things got quiet.
Denise White, she has posted information about this on the comment section. If you guys want to see, it's like 3 different paragraphs.
Yeah, somebody sent me the same message, George.
Yeah, it's in the Road to Miss USA, the first post they have posted. Yeah, it's like quite long. I cannot read it now, but if you have time, you can go through it.
Just
it's
some of the highlights.
A lot of legal stuff. Yeah, a lot of information about it.
Yeah, I think the Miss Universe organization has taken over at this point in time, and I think what they're doing is maybe evaluating what's going on, because I don't think Rocha or the organization really knows how the USA market runs, because it runs very differently than Miss Universe. So I think that the organization has taken over maybe and just kind of like is reorganizing and restructuring everything at this point, because I mean, she's, I heard the same thing, Rafa. She was not responding to emails. She wasn't responding to calls. It was kind of like she vanished. So I think
nobody knows. Yeah, nobody knows exactly.
Nobody knows exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody's in the same boat. Like I've had people that work with different states, and they say the same thing. They have no clue.
Now, see, again, it comes up, whatever happens from the top, it trickles down to the bottom. Like, for instance, you guys know the vice president of international relations in Miss Universe, Mario. This Mexican diplomat and businessman. From what I've heard is that Mario himself has not sent any letters of intent to anyone. He basically wants to call, if you want to put it that way, all the directors and then get new people who will pay, again, the highest bid. It's all about money and greed. And there's a lot of corruption.
Money.
This organization, okay? He thinks whoever has the highest bidder has the right to keep the franchise. He even thinks that mothers want their kids to have him as the director. And Raul, and poor Raul, I don't know, sometimes I feel sorry for Raul because I think he's very naive. He trusts Mario completely. Okay? This is what I'm hearing. And
I don't know how innocent he is though. Raul, he is giving me creepy vibes, I'll be honest. I saw the photo shoot with him and Miss Universe.
Yeah.
That did not look professional. Did you see the photo shoot? I did not like it. I don't know how innocent he is.
I'm sorry.
I felt like it was a picture with him and her mistress. Just saying.
Allegedly.
Probably.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But that's what it looked like.
I felt like pedophile vibes kind of thing. Daddy, daughter.
Very creepy. Very creepy. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that was ugly.
Oh my God.
I mean, if Anne was in the picture, then it would be a different story. You know what I mean? Because it's the two directors and the queen. But when I saw it was just him, I wasn't understanding the concept of the picture because he's not the 100% owner of the pageant. Where's Anne? Like I would, you know what I mean? Like it was kind of like,
that's strange.
We're missing somebody here.
Yeah.
Even if they had to Photoshop her in the picture, they should have. photoshopped her in a little corner or something. Yes.
Yeah, AI. Use AI.
I mean, I'm gonna be very honest. I feel like, forgive me for what I'm gonna say. If I win the picture with Miss Universe, everybody's gonna knows that the only thing I want with Miss Universe is just make her look pretty. But when you have a straight man that is giving that macho vibe with the pageant queen, and you're old, it's like, yeah, that's not your right time and place for that. I didn't like that. There was a lot of criticism in the on the web and in social media about why those pictures were coming out. I mean, I'm not saying that he has those intentions, but sadly to say, pageantry have a moment of, sadly to say, when Trump was leading, was part of Miss Universe, there was a lot of things that came up into place with him and other people and comments behind the scene and recordings. So we don't want to see that now, especially, and I'm going to be honest, you have a Mexican person, a man that is look like he says a professional person, being in there with that picture.
21-year-old.
A lot of things. You know, it's like they're going to feel like maybe they're together, maybe she won because, you know, doing this or that. You know, there's a lot of things that can come through and tarnish the winning of this beautiful girl. So I think everybody needs to be like, you know what, you're the one that needs to be in the picture. If you want an organization picture with Miss Universe, you need to have everybody, not just him. It's not a good taste. I mean, again,
but it was even the way that the photos were. Like he was like almost like they were like
very close.
Like they were cuddling up with each other.
Yeah,
I mean, do a professional shot. Yeah.
No,
well, like maybe that was
piano.
Fadil. Maybe they were like following Fadil's instructions. It's Fadil's idea. So
what Fadil's idea? What they're doing? Only Miss Universe version?
Okay, let's move on. Have you guys ever wondered why Victoria has not had her homecoming 4 months after she
because no one cares
Miss
in
Universe?
Denmark.
Because no one's caring in
Tell
Denmark.
us. I think Rafa knows some secrets. Tell us.
I asked Lisa Lenz, the national director. Hi, Lisa.
Yeah.
Love you. So I asked her, and this is the response that she gave me. Okay, so it looks like they have booked her schedule for the next months. So I'm not sure they still plan on hosting anything. Last year, there was also no homecoming. Normally, a homecoming is held within 2 months. The Miss Denmark organization has tried to offer our assistance for the past 4 months to arrange something spectacular and memorable. If there will not be time in the schedule, we will host something in November to celebrate the hard work of our organization and contestant. Now, let's support our friends from the Netherlands and the lovely trip they have planned. As you know, Victoria is now in the Netherlands. Okay. And she's having a wonderful time. But you know what? Her visit to the Netherlands had already been arranged months before. Okay. And the Miss Universe Netherlands organization, they have money. They have many sponsors. So that's why they were able to afford to pay for 4 business class tickets, you know, for Victoria, for her chaperone Diana, for the videographer Juan, and for her stylist. I forgot her name. But so there are 4 people. Usually Dennis Davila would accompany them, but this time Dennis did not come because he had to go to the Miss Nicaragua contest going on right now. Can we talk about Dennis Davila?
What is going on? Am I missing something?
Okay, as you know, he won the Best National Director of Miss Universe. Okay, this award has never been given before to anyone.
No.
It's a new thing, all right? Okay, and as you know, he was also promoted to Talent Development Director last November. Okay, so when I visited the Miss Universe website, this is the information that I read under Dennis Davila's bio. It says, in his new role, Dennis will be responsible for spearheading the Miss Universe Global Tour, a series of events designed to promote the Miss Universe brand and celebrate the diverse cultures, etc. His position was the former position that Esther Swan had when she was with the Miss Universe organization under the old management. Remember Esther Swan, our good friend Esther Swan?
Yes,
she was the chaperone, the travel manager, the talent coordinator. Okay, Mama Esther. Okay, Mama Esther.
We love her.
We love you.
She should come back.
Yes. So apparently, it looks like Dennis has been demoted. Okay, when you go to his Instagram account, he doesn't even have his new talent development director title on his bio, on his profile. Okay, I thought it was very interesting. Okay, and also, did you notice that several of his previous title holders of Miss World Nicaragua resigned under his tutelage? Like, for example, the Miss World Nicaragua 2022, she resigned under Dennis's management, and then Miss World Nicaragua 2024 also resigned under Dennis. Miss World Nicaragua 2021 maybe. Yeah, she also, so there are 4 queens under Dennis's management who resigned. And then guess what happened? Okay, he appointed this guy named Sonny Borelli, who used to host Miss Universe Canada shows, as his new national director. But Sonny is only the face of Miss Universe Canada. Dennis still collects the money. He still runs the show. Okay, he has Miss World franchise. He has the Miss Cosmo franchise, Supra, and International for Nicaragua. So this is clearly a conflict of interest. I mean, what do you guys think? A national director for Canada and Universe, Canada and Nicaragua, promoted to talent development director. And then what's going on? I thought it was like very, very suspicious and very shady. And do you remember his conflict with Michael Cinco, the Filipino designer who dressed up Miss Universe Canada Nova Stevens in 2020? Do you remember?
Is he the one behind this? Oh no, I know. I remember him now.
How in the world? How in the world did Nova and Michael Cinco together end up judging Miss Universe last year? I mean, whose idea was that? Was it Dennis's idea?
Maybe it was him. Yep.
Was he able to convince Raul and Anne to invite Michael and Nova just for the sake of publicity? So I don't know. And also, do you remember MG Mode, the public relations firm who promoted Nova Stevens? They were the ones who actually worked very, very hard to get Michael Cinco to sponsor Nova's gowns. Well, one of the partners of MG Mode, Miguel Angel Martinez, now works for Miss Universe.
The press director.
He is the press director. Okay, so come on. Okay, what's going on? They have connections with Dennis. So basically, Dennis had so much influence over Raul that he was able to bring the Canadians within the Miss Universe organization. Okay. Also, I heard, this is very interesting. So there's so much to tell. Okay.
Allegedly, people.
Dennis gets paid a salary by Miss Universe, and he still makes money by being the franchise owner for Nicaragua and Canada, but he leases them out to other people who pay him, therefore violating the franchise holder agreement. Dennis did nothing but collected money, tax-free, and allegedly stole from the Beauties of Canada organization, and he diminished the Miss Universe Canada, and he mooched and stole and never paid his staff, and took advantage of everything available. Do you remember Sierra Burchell, Miss Universe Canada 2016? Okay.
Yeah.
She brought in sponsors to Beauties of Canada, but Dennis ended up ruining the relationship with the sponsors. Okay. And he refused to spend any money to elevate the production. According to the source, Michael Cinco was correct by saying that Dennis took advantage of him, of his generosity, because he wanted everyone to work for him for free, and he gave everything away for free, and he's been a very, very bad man for years. He exploited girls and their families' dreams for profit, and he wasn't even a Canadian citizen for the longest time, so he was not able to pay Canadian taxes. Go figure, okay? So yeah. Oh, here's another one.
My goodness.
Yeah, it was
so many.
It was total mess. Okay, and the reason.
This is like Telemundo.
He was also
Go on.
responsible
This is
for
like Televisa.
he was also responsible for the major screw up since he's supposed to be the talent development director. He's responsible for arranging all the schedules, Victoria's appearances and whatnot. So he did a major screw up with the New York Fashion Week. What happened was that Dennis had booked Victoria for both the New York Fashion Week and the Puerto Rico show at the same date. Okay, the same date.
Oh, so he double booked her?
He double booked her.
That
Okay.
is the reason she was in one place and then flying to Puerto Rico. That was bad.
So my source told me, and I quote, "If I did not tell the designers and ask if they were sure that Victoria was walking for them, the designers was I think the Mexican designer Alonso Maximo, yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, he was making the dress day and night. They, meaning Dennis, had advertised everywhere and invited so many people. He even sent press materials and all. And then my source asked Janina Azar, who is the Dominican designer. Yeah. If Victoria was going to be on her show, and Janina said, yes, I have all the flight tickets available, booked. And I also told Alonso, but he was in complete shock about the double booking. They did not believe it for days. And Alonso almost had a major heart attack because of his confusion, and he had a major meltdown and stuff and everything. So that's one thing that Dennis screwed. Another major screw up.
Rafa, can I say something about Alonso? Because I was invited by him. I know him. I was invited by him to fly one day just to work with him because Miss Universe was working like almost 4 weeks ago. And he was explaining to me that took like forever to finally put everything together to have her to model for him, because the last year, Shanice Palacio model in his collection, and this was the second year that Miss Universe would model with Alonso. So that was what is going like that thing, and the stress is true, because I was talking to him. I wasn't able to travel because I was like, I need more information. But he extended an invitation to me. He's an amazing person. He also dressed Miss Teen USA.
Yes, I was there. I saw it. Yeah, I met her there.
And two contestants, I believe, from Miss USA system and things like that. So Alonso is being, working hand in hand with Miss USA and Miss Universe organization. So when you say about the double booking, now makes more sense, because I was like, how she's gonna be modeling on Thursday for Alonso and then fly to Puerto Rico? Can somebody explain that to me? And then I saw another pageant show with her. I'm like, what she's doing? Like, that's bad.
Also, let me see.
I'm so sorry. I actually have to jump off. I've got prior engagements, but it's been a blast, and I will hopefully get to do it again soon.
All right. It was nice talking to you, Roger.
Bye.
We'll talk to you all soon. Bye.
Bye.
And Rafa, I have 5% on my phone, so if I go, it means my phone died. Okay, just letting you know, I have 5%.
Put a cable to charge.
You can always come back. Also, another thing, during the New York Fashion Week, there's another designer. She's from Peru. Okay, her name is Yessi Rose Fashion. She paid the Miss Universe organization so Victoria could wear her dress. But when Raul saw the dress that Victoria was supposed to wear, he remarked that the dress was so ugly, and the Victoria ended up not wearing it. She ended up wearing a dress designed by a Mexican, that black dress. So when you go to Yeri Rose Fashion's Instagram page, you see Victoria modeling the black dress. That's not Yeri's dress. That's designed by a different Mexican designer. And also Raul and his team came super drunk from the Carolina Herrera dinner, and they started making fun of everything, calling the whole show shit and cheap and so on, saying they just came from a fashion week in Dubai. Like, what the hell is this happening in New York City? So they sort of kind of disrespected the Peruvian designer and all the other ones during the show. So I felt really bad for Alonso Maximo, because he's a nice guy. I met him in person, in Miss USA. I thought his creations are amazing, but the way that he was treated, it was like very shabbily, like terrible.
And well, this is the thing that people doesn't understand about Fashion Week. The Fashion Week is not like before, like we grew up and worked with before. and Noemi knows that. Today's day, with the inclusiveness and all things like that, Fashion Week have different franchise. Any person can come up and say a New York Fashion Week powered by or do by a certain person or group. That doesn't mean that it is gonna have the elegance and the glamour of a real fashion show.
No,
Sadly
because
to say,
it's like yeah, all these fashion shows are like a dime a dozen. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, the best fashion show is Paris. Okay, nothing can
exactly.
That's
and
it.
that is the reason. That is the reason why a lot of international designers, real designers, are no longer coming to United States, because they don't want to be part of the mockery of certain groups doing Fashion Week, and it's looking cheap. Alonso Maximo, I knew where he was doing his show because I was there for Fashion Week years ago, and the venue is gorgeous. I mean, it's beautiful. And I saw the pictures, and he's very professional. And I work with him several times, and we talk almost every week. He's an amazing designer and person. But sadly to say, the comments about the shows look cheap and whatever is because in USA, certain people that have franchise, not everybody, but certain people, they think that a fashion show needs to have rockets and all these things, when you need to remember that a real fashion show is less is more. It's simplicity, because it's all about the garment. That is the reason, again, important designers, real designers, because in these shows, you can see boutiques and designers that are not designers. They buy things from Shein, and they just change the labels and things like that. They don't do the real stuff, and it's true. You know, it's like I mean, I prefer to see Shein, New York Fashion Week sponsored by Shein at this point.
Sorry. I prefer I'll take Timo anytime. Okay, George.
Well, we need to do.
Well, with the tariffs, you're not going to be able to shop at Timo anymore.
That's why I've been shopping like hell. I've been shopping like hell right now.
but with that being said, it's sad to say those comments, but it's true, because a lot of people say that when you go to these Fashion Week events, not all of them are of that. It's look more like a
Anybody can produce a fashion show.
It's a cheap production. Exactly.
That's
that doesn't mean that all of them are real designers. A designer is somebody that went to school, that do the design, put it together. A designer is not a boutique.
No.
A designer is
it's not. 95% of the designers that show their works in New York Fashion Week are all trash. Sorry.
Yes, it's so true.
You know, all trash. They're all shit. They're all Project Runway rejects. Like, who wants to see that? You know, like forget
materials cheap.
Everything's cheap.
Models cheap.
And can you imagine, like, why would you want to pay? I don't know how much money this Peruvian woman paid Miss Universe just to have Victoria wear her dress, which she ended up not wearing. I would probably be horrified. I would probably like demand my money back. You know, this is like a scam.
But that was their error. That was their error, because the first thing that they should have done is, oh, you want to dress my girl? Then, okay, let me see who you are. Let me look at your designs. Let me look at your collection. And what is the dress that you plan on putting on my queen? Send that ahead of time and say, I'm sorry, we're not going to be participating, or, you know, like, unfortunately, she's not available, you know, just not to, so that you're not hurting anybody's feelings in regards to that, because anybody could be a designer. A lot of these designers, they talk themselves like, oh, they're the shit. They're, oh my God, I've been in New York Fashion Week. And we all know that New York Fashion Week don't pay anyway.
They don't.
This is why, like, I feel like this is why Miss World is so much in a different league of their own, because Christiana Pelaskova, Miss Czech Republic, she modeled for Zuha Murad at the Couture Spring 2025 show. So that clearly shows the disparity between Miss Universe management and Miss World, because he is a clear, well-established international designer who has, like, dressed so many celebrities. We know who he is. He's a household name. And that shows that Miss Universe does not even do background check. So you cannot be complaining about saying, oh, this designer does not have great outfits, if you yourself do not do research. And that shows that
Exactly.
Miss
But
World is way better.
that is the
Because I
key
was being
word.
paid. Yeah.
When I work with Natalia, the former Miss USA, and Miss Teen USA, Uma,
Yeah.
in the events for Fashion Week, one of the things that needed to happen at that time is they needed to submit the designs before approving them to go.
Yeah. Mhm.
Before they say yes, Miss USA, Miss USA is going to be there with you, they needed to approve the design. So this is showing you another negative side of how Miss Universe organization is going down the hill. I mean,
Yeah.
I think
It's all
and
Dennis's
this is
fault. It's his fault. That's his job.
it is going to everything that you do professionally speaking. You need to check who you are going to be working with. You need to see who's going to be in your staff, what type of credentials you have. It's not just hiring your friends, your sister-in-law, brother-in-law to save money, because again, it's tarnishing the brand. And that is the reason why, again, I am happy that Titi Ann manage her hormones and made a good decision to bring in Papi Nawat into the mist. Hopefully that's safe and they start continue cleaning the house. By the way, apparently Ahtisa Manalo is watching us. I love the fact that she said,
I saw that.
Ready to sell.
Hi, Ahtisa Manalo. How are you doing?
I love the fact that says, I am back, bitches. You see, I don't like her.
There we go. He's back.
Yeah.
I don't like her for Miss Universe, but that attitude right there, like I am back, bitches, I can get married with that attitude. You see, because if she's like that, okay, we're good. Because I don't need a fake queen. If you feel that you're that confident, you're coming back to us, the ones that doesn't think that you will be a good fit for Miss Universe, I am that bitches. That is self-confidence. I mean, I don't feel the same.
Ahtisa said, I heard a rumor that the host hotel for Miss Universe is the White Lotus. And
I read that.
And the performer will be MUPh. Is that true, George? There's a rumor, right?
No. They are saying, because they have not
confirmed.
confirmed the location yet, but there's 2 locations they are planning to do it. It's between Phuket and Bangkok as the host city, but the White Lotus was located in a separate place called Koh Samui, which is far away from both of these places.
I think the finals should be held in Bangkok.
I think it'll be in Bangkok, Impact Arena, if I'm not wrong. But the host city they have not confirmed yet. But talk about White Lotus, you guys have to watch it. It's absolutely beautiful, especially the new season. It was held in Thailand. So, and Lisa is there. So if you guys know Lisa, like, I'm in love. Yeah, it's so good. Just watch it.
It's a good. It's a
Yuri says, can we touch with the Miss Australia competition? Yeah, you missed it, Roger. When Roger was here earlier, we talked about Miss Australia. We talked about Sheridan Mortlock. Sheridan, I love Sheridan, and I hope she wins Miss Australia, and she's just fabulous. Yeah, she's amazing. Okay, I want to wrap up. I just want to say, well, this source, by the way, said something about Shanice, the way Miss Universe, how the Miss Universe organization mistreated Shanice during her reign. When I read it, I just felt bad. This is what this source told me. Shanice was mistreated so much during her reign that she halfway through she said she wanted to give the crown away. She wanted to resign in the middle of her reign, but they forced her to stay. Shanice became so mentally and physically broken down after all of this that she took a long vacation after Miss Universe. Right after she gave up her crown, she immediately flew away and distanced herself from the organization. She only did the Pandora sponsor thing because it was a pre-agreement. And then she was hospitalized several times. And because of exhaustion and stress, she gained a bit of weight. And Miss Universe organization sent out a message to the team saying not to feed her and preferably just give her food once a day. And lastly, the source said that that they're doing the same treatment to Victoria. They're treating her like a machine. Victoria sleeps between 3 to 5 hours a day, working crazy like 13 to 15 hours most of the day, and she gets no sick days. So even if she's sick, she still has to work. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Victoria looked very, very pale and sickly in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
I noticed. And you wonder,
well, this is the
you know, I mean, she received a lot of gifts, but you wonder how much of these gifts does she get to actually keep, or she gets to bring home, you know, because they all add up to the weight of the luggage, of the customs and stuff. You know, I feel
well,
really bad.
this is the thing. There, I it's kind of sad the part of the weight situation, because we noticed that she gained weight. Right? I mean, every Miss Universe gained weight. It's very rare that no Miss Universe gained weight, because the traveling and here and there. But I think Shanice, I saw on Instagram that like 3 months after, she's coming with something about telling her story and things like that. So we'll see what she has to say. Again, in organization, I said it before, the role of a director is to protect the candidate. You need to protect that girl for whatever reasons. At the end of the day, in order to make your brand shine and grow, is by protecting the instrument that is helping your brand. So I'm not surprised for those alleged comments, because again, we were not there. But if this is true, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised, because the last time that we have a humiliation about weight was with Alicia Machado. And some people tried to do that with two Puerto Rican queens, and they didn't work because the organization protected them. Of course, when you as a delegate had a bad attitude, I would not have protection from the organization. But if you are a good queen, they're gonna protect you. And this is one of the reasons why I believe that Paula is no longer with the organization. Because if Paula was with the organization, no matter what, she would have protected Shani from these alleged revelations that you received. Because they protected India, they protected Nas with the wave game to the end, no matter what.
That's true.
So that what shows more and more why people are leaving an organization.
Yeah,
this massive quitting and joining forces with Cosmos.
Right. So when Paula was president of the Miss Universe, I mean, you know, the whole idea of women empowerment, she really took it seriously, and she took it to another level. When you think of Conan and Raul's idea of women empowerment, it's exactly the opposite. It's actually more like women disempowerment. That's what's happening. Do you remember Karen Celebrity, the former national director of Miss Universe Nicaragua? Remember? She was promoted.
Yeah.
Remember, she was promoted by Raul as the head of Miss Universe Talent last year. But what happened to her? Again, she disappeared. Now, the source told me that she started complaining about the way that Shanice was being mistreated badly, that they ended up firing Karen because of her complaint. So, yeah, so a lot of horrible things are happening, you know, within Miss Universe since the new owner took over. And is it going to change soon? No, because Raul is going to be here for a while. He's going to be there for years. He's going to be there for years, you know. And is there going to be an American? I would hope, I would like for the Miss Universe organization to return to American hands. Okay. But at this point, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Maybe not in our lifetime. Who knows?
I think the Miss Universe needs to be in hands, and God forgive me for what I'm gonna say. Nobody kill me, but I'm gonna say it this way. Needs to be in hands of somebody that is neutral, that respect, that see the person not by its gender.
And who knows a lot, and who knows how to run a pageant, period.
Exactly. That is
Conan didn't have an experience running a pageant.
Business person
did not have any experience running a pageant.
We need a business person. We need somebody that knows how to market a brand by protecting the instrument, by protecting the integrity of the female, of the queen. And if this is true, they are showing what, sadly to say, is the negative vision of a Latin man, that the Latino man always mistreat a female. And that is one of the bad qualities of that they always say to, I'm sorry, but that's what they say about Mexican men, that they mistreat the woman, that they don't respect them.
The machismo attitude.
The machismo attitude is coming through Raul or these people, you know, then that is not fair. And I want people to come up front, because when Donald Trump and his friends and all the tapes came out, everybody was attacking Donald Trump and these people. They need to start talking about these people as well that have been disrespecting the current Miss Universe. I mean, we're talking about respecting a female, respecting a brand. You do not respect a woman. You do that's the baby that you need to protect.
Right.
So they need to start learning to put it in the person that is there needs to have a vision, needs to be a businessman, and that's it. Because that is the reason Miss Universe is going down the hill.
100% totally agree. Totally agree. You know, I mean, what can we do as fans, though? What
continue voicing, continue saying allegedly, and with all respect, we still have freedom of speech, and continue doing what we do. I'm telling you, people, fans, get ready. Be ready. This is going to be better than The View and the other channels. It's going to be Critical Beauty Roundtable. Get ready. 2025.
Okay, you guys saw that documentary in Miss Universe, right?
Yes.
Where I was featured, okay?
Yes.
Yes. Well, you know that there's going to be a second part to that documentary.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a producer contacted me from New York City. She's a producer / lawyer, legal counselor. So she contacted me and she said, Rafa, we're doing another pageant documentary related to Miss Universe. Would you be interested? We would like to do an initial Zoom call with you next week. And I said, yes. So I can't wait, for that Zoom interview. So we'll see what what I can say, or what do you want me to say? More like it.
Are they
Yes,
focusing more on Universe, or are they focusing on USA, or is it both?
They said Miss Universe, but I bet you they will probably segue to Miss USA, because you cannot not talk about Miss USA, okay? You
Yeah,
cannot
because
talk about
it's part of the. I think that
it's part of the Miss Universe.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Rafa, Critical Beauty Roundtable 2025 is coming. I'm telling you.
You think?
All the blessings is coming. I think so. And I think you already have a good big talent, Just remember the program.
Oh, Rafa, just make sure that you don't get blocked.
That disclaimer.
Exactly.
The
you don't get blocked for Thailand.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe if I go to Thailand, maybe I should go incognito, maybe put on a
You're gonna have to buy a ticket to go to Thailand.
I'm gonna
You're gonna have to buy a ticket, sweetie, because they ain't gonna give you no press pass or anything.
Well, you know what? That's exactly, it's the same thing what happened with Miss Universe. A certain director whom I met in Mexico City told me that the national directors were forced to pay tickets, extra tickets. If you came in with a +1, you have to pay extra as well. There's no such thing as a free +1 ticket. You have to
everybody, you know what? Grand did the same thing. International did the same thing as well.
And the national directors from big pageant powerhouses countries were given special extra treatment compared to the ones who did not come from pageant powerhouses, which is very sad. That explains a lot how they treat directors, people. It's really, really very sad. All right.
Hola, Héctor Joaquín. He just say hello, Héctor Joaquín. How are you? ¿Cómo estás,
Hola, mi
corazón?
amor. Héctor Joaquín Colón González. Hola, mi vida. ¿Cómo estás? Ay, te echo de menos, mi amor. Why are you just like right now?
I think he was working or something.
Oh, okay. All right.
But ask me a question. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's your favorite Miss World?
Yeah, who is your favorite Miss World?
Oh my God, I have a list. I cannot.
Will Nadia Merced?
I have a list of favorite Miss World. I cannot choose one, but I'm gonna be honest with. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Aishwwarya Rai.
My favorite Miss World is Priyanka Chopra. I love Priyanka Chopra.
She's in my top 5 Miss World favorites for sure.
I like Priyanka Chopra. I don't want to say Stephanie from Puerto Rico, because I don't want people to say, oh, he chose that one because it's from Puerto Rico. No, I like Aishwwarya Rai as the winner from India. It's been one of the most gorgeous and influential Miss Worlds. But for me, Priyanka Chopra, I identify much better with her in so many levels. She is a boss lady, a boss woman.
Oh, she is.
She is a feminist. She's very intelligent. She's not scared to speak her mind.
She's a good actress too.
She's a good actress, a good dancer. She has a beautiful voice. But the most important thing is she's the epitome of confidentially beautiful, a woman with power, a woman
did you just use the Miss Universe hashtag?
Yes,
yeah, I did. You know why? I did because she represents all that. Priyanka Chopra is this person that somebody can throw her something and she just throw them back with intelligence without losing her poise. She speaks with confidence, with conviction. And I love watching stuff from her, but she says something very important.
Hector said, I don't like Stephanie.
Well, I mean,
he loves Diana Hayden. Yeah, I love Diana Hayden too. I love Diana.
Yeah, Diana Hayden was the one that was crowned after
1997.
Years before Priyanka. But one of the things that Priyanka said, she is a lesson. It's like, I remember I was invited for this event and this event at the same time. So I did something. I booked my flights in order to be in both events because I refused to somebody to tell me I cannot do it. And she said, I need to be greedy with myself about what I want to accomplish. Don't tell me I cannot do it. I'm going to work hard to do it, to prove that can be done. And that is true. Today's day, sometimes through social media especially, they want to tell us that if you don't do this way, you cannot accomplish things. But if you don't believe in yourself, you will accomplish nothing. You need to break the mold. You need to break the rule. You know, how many people maybe told you, Rafa, that as an Asian man in the Americas, in the beauty industry years when you started this, they more likely will tell you, oh, that's not going to work. Look at you right now. You're breaking the mold about being a man, being part of the LGBT community, have your own convictions, being still relevant in the beauty pageant industry, being yourself. Noemi as well, being a Puerto Rican woman, bringing Cuba into the picture when nobody else was able to do so. You know, so when
and look at yourself, look at yourself, a very sought after runway coach, you know, bravo, wonderful. So we all play a certain role, you know, in this world called pageantry, so to speak, you know. It's a love and hate relationship.
Exactly. It is a love and hate relationship.
Okay, can we talk about the fact why Lise Garcia is being smashed, beaten to death, being criticized, criticized by the Asian fans who think that she was dethroned only because she became the social manager of Miss Cosmo Cuba. Can you talk about that, Noemi, please?
Okay, I want to clarify for the record, and this disclaimer is not valid. And what I'm going to say. So I have the franchise for Cuba Cosmo. FYI, it's not another organization, it's me. We just opened up an IG page to promote the pageant because that is part of what you're supposed to do when you have a license. You open up a page, you start promoting and for the branding, etc. She is already works in social media. She is a brand ambassador. She is a person that is an influencer. She works in social media. So when I came to her and asked her, hey, would you consider being the social media person for my queens? And we're talking queens. It's not just Cosmo, it's my other girls, you know.
International as well.
International, you know, Reina del Café. And stuff. I'm like, would you consider, because I need somebody, because honestly, I can't, you know, once the pageant starts running and stuff, I can't, sometimes if I'm there, I don't have good signal. I can't be updating and stuff like, so I just need somebody to handle that portion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that it was just that. And we had posted that already a week ago. And then
Yeah, I noticed.
suddenly,
Yeah.
out of the blue, everybody is having a hissy fit. Oh, now what is going to take your people? She gave up her crown in 2015. Okay. We're in 2025. She's a grown woman. She has her own business. She's an entrepreneur. Again, she works in social media. So why not keep it in the family? It just makes sense. But
Exactly,
I
yeah.
don't understand why everybody is having a hissy fit because, she's gone with Henry and
with a
no, she hasn't
rival
gone anywhere.
contest. Yes.
She hasn't gone anywhere because she's not working with the international pageant. She's working with me with the Cuban
Yes.
license. So people relax, take a Xanax, and or have a drink and relax because you're making a big deal out of nothing. Now she has no contract with MGI.
Exactly.
No
She
contract.
can do whatever she can do whatever she wants.
She can do whatever she wants.
She can choose to she can compete in Miss Universe if she wants to.
She could compete in Miss Universe at Cuba if she wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Same as all the other girls that have
that wouldn't be a good idea. I think we should push her. We should encourage her to compete for Miss Cuba Universe.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No.
What do you
she
think?
doesn't have anything to prove. She already won. She won a Grand Slam.
Well, it's up to her.
Yeah. I mean,
That's her.
for me, honestly, I mean, she could do whatever she wants. I mean, I will support her regardless.
Mm-hmm.
If she wanted to compete, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But me personally, I don't think she should because I think she's proven herself. And for me, would be a fear of mine that what if they don't crown her? You know what I mean? And
it'll be embarrassing.
Then it's embarrassing. It's that's just my take on it.
I understand.
Yeah. I mean, if you won already an international crown, that is one of the top 5, top 4s, internationally speaking, that's it. You did your part.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Ahtisa Manalo. Okay. She's asking, what should I do to Miss Sinaloa I could win?
What?
What?
No,
what should I do to?
No, I think she's referring to a competitor in Miss Universe Philippines who's representing a town in Laguna, but that it's not Sinaloa. It's a different name, but it's Laguna. Yeah, that girl is a former Miss Earth Air, Miss Earth Philippines, 2023, Ileana Aduana, and she is actually one of my in my top 5 favorites.
Mhm.
Philippines.
Okay,
I don't know. I think she makes
I'm trying
all
to
these
complete
jokes.
more relaxed.
Okay, Ahtisa Manalo, chill out. Okay, she's trying to be funny, but she's not. Question: since Lise is the social media manager for Miss Cosmo Cuba, if you post something nasty and she blocks you, that means it's her who's blocking you, right?
What do you mean? Like she?
Well, we would know if you post something not pleasant or something. Either she has the choice either to delete that comment,
Yes,
or block that post.
Yeah,
okay. She's doing exactly the same.
We're cleaning. Yeah, we clean
okay.
up. We
okay. Well, want to hear something funny? Because yesterday when I visited the Miss Universe Instagram page, there's a video of Victoria in a helicopter. Okay, and she's touring New York City, from the sky and whatnot, and then she takes out her cell phone and she starts recording herself, her video and whatnot. So I commented, okay, under that clip, this is weird. Since when did you allow your title holder to use her cell phone? Because I remember you did not allow Shanice Palacio to use her cell phone last year. She took it away from her. Literally a few seconds after I posted that, it was deleted. It was deleted immediately.
So they were paying attention.
Yeah, and my source from MUO told me the identity of the social media person. So I know it's a woman. It's a Mexican woman, okay? It's a
Okay.
Mexican woman, yeah. So I thought, if she could do this, and I'm sure Lise also will do the same thing with Miss Cosmo Cuba, all right?
Yeah, I mean, we deleted a few
Scrubbing, you
last
need to
night.
scrub.
Yeah, we deleted a few from last night and stuff, but I mean, it was no like people started putting stupid comments, and I'm like, this page is not for you to put your opinion on. Oh my God, why is she could work with any pageant system if she likes. Any, because she's her own person,
Yes.
and she
She
has
knows what's best. Yeah, she knows.
exactly whatever is best for her brand, for her business. Fine. She's a grown woman. Every time Lise posts something, like 2 weeks ago, they went on with the whole, oh, she's competing for Miss Universe Cuba. They said that she was going to compete and that she was going to go to the castings. And I was like, I text her, I'm like, hey, are you looking at this? And because she doesn't pay attention, she's really blocked a lot of these people, from her social media. And she's like, no. And I'm like, well, they're saying that you're going to the casting. And I'm like, oh, no wonder why I got a weird text from Universe Cuba saying that if I wanted to compete, that I needed to fill out the form. And she was like completely kind of like, why are you writing to me out of the blue?
You know what I would
So
have
they
done?
wanted to complete.
You know what I would have done?
Of course,
I would be like doing a live saying, getting ready to the casting for Miss Universe Cuba, and they just get to back to Starbucks and drink coffee. Do something weird, like, because people love to create things where they're not. I mean, Liz is not being respectful or unfaithful by all means towards Nawat or the NGI organization, but she did her part. She's not competing with another pageant system. She's using her professional skills because she needs to make a living. She's not getting a paycheck from MGI. If you tell me that she is still under contract and getting paychecks every month or every 2 weeks by MGI, that's a different story.
Right.
She is not, but
she's not employed by MGI.
No, she's not an employer.
Some fanatics need to understand, you need to make a living. Get out of the bobblehead and the dream world that when you are in this business, we own a bank. No, we need to work. We need to pay bills and taxes and things like that. So she needs to make a living because MGI is not paying her bills, nor our bills, or no pageant is paying our bills.
Exactly.
We need to work hard.
Totally.
It's like, I don't know. Some fanatics,
John De La Rosa, bloggers, what? Whatever you're talking too much as bloggers' decisions of winners came from Nawat and Kunan is a double murder case. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Bloggers are useless now in your top because Nawat and Kunan came together to cook the winner. I don't understand what you're talking about. I guess I assume that he thinks that Kunan and Nawat will rig the results, whatever, of Miss Universe or Miss Universe Thailand or Miss Grand Thailand, whatever. You know what? We really don't care. We just want to know.
We don't care.
We really don't care. What they do with their organizations is their business. We really don't care. As long as they crown a stunning, gorgeous winner, that's all we care about.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, if you want to compete. If this is the business, you need to be a woman enough to understand that when you compete, this is a job that you are applying, and you need to fill all the qualifications. You need to be beautiful, stunning body. You need to be powerful, a good communicator, relatable, have your platform down, or if you're going to grand, be a superstar, be talented, know how to dance, sing, whatever, have a personality of a superstar, and that's it. If you don't have the 4 Bs, or you don't have what Miss Universe is supposed or needs to be, then retire. I mean, it's 2025, people. Do your research. It's not that difficult to understand that every pageant system has a standard and they know what they're looking for. No, every international pageant is the same. So you cannot compete with the same formula through all the pageants. You need to switch. You need to change it up. like Ahtisa Manalo. Like, if she's competing for Miss Universe Philippines, make me feel that you're going to transform yourself, and that way you can win Miss Philippines. You need to change. You cannot be Miss International anymore or Miss Cosmos Philippines anymore. You need to come with the body of body. Your look needs to be different. You need to look the part of Miss Universe.
Right.
Miss International doesn't care about body. I mean, every pageant system care about something. In Miss Universe, you need to be fit. Your body needs to be on point. I mean, learn from Michelle. She went to Miss World. She competed in Miss Philippines, and she transformed herself from that mode of Miss World to Miss Universe, and that was allow her to be a power to be recognized.
I also noticed that Michelle also handpicked her team. She did not rely on, just because this pageant camp is more influential or is more successful in the other camp. She just like Catriona did not specifically choose an established pageant coach or a pageant team. She specifically handpicked the right people to work with her, and that's how you handle your destiny. Exactly. It's up to you. You don't find it's okay to work with other people, but eventually it boils down to you and your instinct. Whatever your gut instinct tells you, that's what you do. Okay, you follow your gut instinct. Okay, so I'm glad for both. I'm really very happy for both. Ahtisa Manalo again. Okay, just stop it. Ahtisa Manalo, just stop. Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. I think that's it. We pretty much covered everything we have to say about this alliance between Miss Universe organization and Miss Grand Thailand and MGI. I think eventually what's going to happen is that I would love to see, Rachel Gupta in the same frame with Victoria, because I think they would make great, I think they're both amazing.
They'll be doing events
They're both
together.
amazing queens. Yeah, they're both amazing queens, and eventually they will probably end up working together, maybe selling fish sauce on TikTok together. Who knows? Okay.
Allegedly.
Not the fish sauce.
Allegedly. All right, so let's all wrap it up. So thank you guys for joining our group chat. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Okay, and it's sad to know that 95% of the people who watch these vlogs are not subscribers. You guys, I appreciate the fact that you're watching, but please subscribe and show us some love. Okay, we work very hard to clean up the pageant industry, and we need all your support, as much as possible. Okay, so please follow all of us. Please follow Wilfredo on Instagram. His Instagram handle is Runway Poppy. Okay, best, awesome. Love him so much. Love you, dear. You're the best. Follow Noemi, Miss Cuba Director on Instagram, and also Noemi Melendez on Facebook as well. And of course, please continue supporting Critical Beauty. Thank you so much. Thank you, Noemi. Love you, darling.
Thank you.
See you guys soon again.
Thank you, George. Thank you, viewers. Okay. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you the next time.
Bye.